All right, welcome into the Chase and Big Joe show right here on 102.5 The Game. With you till 3 o'clock today. We're going to laugh. We're going to cry. We're going to entertain. We're going to have the best day ever. We're talking a lot of football today. Chase McCabe off today. In studio is the good doctor, Dr. Crane. Behind the board is Brandon Bigsby. But first and foremost, it's Dr. Crane's birthday. Happy birthday, Bubba.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Another day, man. But to some people, it's good to celebrate a birthday.
Dang right it is. You're walking around like we're going to a wake. Stop doing that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not a big birthday guy.
How old are we today?
28.
You're 28.
Yeah.
And look where you are.
I know.
When I was 28, I was still stealing money out of my mom's purse. That's how bad I was. So congratulations to you, buddy.
Thank you. I've made it past the 25 threshold. So
right.
Now we're trying to make it to 30.
There was a good movie out years ago called The Billionaire Boys Club, a true story with Judd Nelson. And what they do is they try to get all these young guys in their club. And after 27 years old, they would not invite any more guys into the club. And they said, why? Because at 27, you trade your goals in for reality. And I was like, oh, that's strong. 27. So you're not in the Billionaire Boys Club anymore, but you're in our club.
Okay.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
and that's
it.
About 19 seconds of your life that you cannot get back.
Trust me, there's a lot of seconds that I've probably just messed up and won't get back either. So it's all good.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you. Yeah, this will be a fun day, hopefully so. And it's already off to a great day. I mean,
it is.
Here, like you said, like 28 years old, working in sports radio. I mean, since I was in the 6th grade, I've always wanted to be here in a radio position.
Right.
So, again, thanks to Chase McCabe.
Yeah. Wow. Heck yeah, buddy. Welcome in. Let's see here. Brando, how are you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing good. Feeling good. Beautiful day outside. Dr. Crane's birthday. Happy birthday, right. Dr. Crane. Another year is always another blessing. So I can't complain, Joe. I'm doing good.
I love it. Brando's a big part of our Friday night game blitz brought to you by Southeast Financial Credit Union. This Friday night, 9:30 to midnight. All things high school football. If you've never heard the show, it's like we're on 47 cups of coffee and 8 no-dos. And that's how we do the show on Friday night. It's fast and furious.
What are no-dos?
They are, God, I shouldn't bring this up. These are, they keep you awake, like for exams and college.
Okay. So like Adderall in some sense?
But we took them playing football and we shouldn't have, but it's like an energy pill, right? And you just go to another level. But we're doing that. We're not actually doing that Friday night, but it's like if we were doing that.
It's in the same sense, yes.
It is. It's in the same sense. So I'm going to get to our question of the day real quick. We got a lot of football today. A lot of football. We're getting John McClain at 2 o'clock. Jake Lyman's going to have a Titans player for us in a little bit. And we're going to talk to a few high school football coaches around the area to get you ready for Friday night. So football today, and a lot of fun. But our question of the day is, what do you buy a guy who's got everything? What's the perfect birthday gift for one Dr. Crane? Our old soul at 28 years old, what's the perfect birthday gift for Dr. Crane? It could be, Nashville SC tickets. It could be a new griddle. It could be whatever. What's the perfect gift for the guy that's got everything?
A top hat and a pipe.
Is that what you like? In a monocle?
In a monocle.
All right, 615-737-1025. 615-737-1025. That's what that's the number to call in or text. Today's Dr. Crane's birthday. We love it. Also, we're putting out the bat signal. We need a birthday cake. So if somebody wants to bring us I'll Venmo you the money if you'll get us a birthday cake, because JoJo's running late today. But if you could bring us a birthday cake to the radio station, I will Venmo you, because we got to have a cake for Doctor. We have a cake for you, right?
Well, thanks.
What's your favorite kind of cake?
Chocolate's good,
How about an ice cream chocolate cake?
I'm in for that.
Because I can eat the ice cream, and then I don't digest dairy very well.
Wow.
But we'll worry about that later on.
Yeah.
This is about you. This is about you today.
I'm a human garbage disposal. Anything that is put in front of me minus tuna,
okay,
I'm good.
All right, good. Brando, I need you to monitor Mr. Lyman. If he's got a Titans guest, just break in whenever you need to do that. 12:30, new East Robertson high school football coach Chris Keylon will join us. 1 o'clock, Arcentae Broome, head football coach at Antioch. At 1:30, our good friend Brian Coleman, the head football coach at Summit, will join us. And, of course, John McClain at 2 o'clock today for all things football. This is football world. We're going to talk about Nashville SC's got a game tonight.
They do. Take on the New York Red Bulls. Some good news about the roster is Patrick Yazback will be available potentially, and then you have Jason Palacios, who's still healthy. So Nashville getting back to full strength and 5 points clear of that top spot.
Where's New York ranked? Second?
No, they're like 6th, 7th in the Eastern Conference rankings. That may be 10th or 11th, but one win could skyrocket them into the top 8.
Okay. For New York.
Yes.
All right.
For Nashville, they're 5 points ahead. They're 43 points. And then the next team below them is Inter Miami at 38. So
will they play Inter Sandman this year? No,
probably
they
not.
Beat Inter Miami though, right?
They did, yeah, handsomely.
Inter Sandman would be a tough one. At Virginia Tech, come on, 75,000.
U.S. men's national team missed their opportunity. They should have came out to the field with Inter Sandman.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, if they're doing the Country Roads by John Denver,
right?
Why not come out to Inter Sandman?
I went to a high school football game one time, and the band, my son wasn't playing. It was another game I was covering, and the band at halftime played "The Way We Were," the Barbra Streisand theme. Look, the band was great. I get the bands are awesome. At halftime, I don't need to hear "The Way We Were" by Barbra Streisand during a halftime football game. And I was like, "Am I really hearing this the way?" And they sounded great. I just don't need to hear that at halftime of a football game.
Yeah, no, halftime in a football game, it has to be, the band. Like We're talking there, like you talked about earlier with Adam Ant. You want to play the hits. The band for high school, college, whatever, they need to be playing the hits, what they're known for. Like for me, when I went to Father Ryan, everybody knew that they would play the Notre Dame Fighting Irish fight song, right?
Not anymore, though.
They pay rights, I think. So,
okay,
yeah.
All right.
But we always played that going out of the tunnel, halftime, into the game. There were certain things that set you apart from everybody else.
Sure.
That was one of them.
Okay.
But I'm with you on that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't need to hear the theme from Mahogany at halftime from a high school, but I still need to hear all that to do. The Seahawks arrive in town, I guess, tomorrow night. Joint practices with the Titans on Friday, and then the game Sunday night with the Titans over at Nissan, which is kind of cool. National TV that Mr. McCabe informed me of. I had no idea it was on national TV. But listen, it's going to be all eyes are going to be on who Sunday night. And if he does it again, Monday is going to be reaction like, all right, this is concerning. Because a lot of people defended Cam Ward about like new receivers, new system, new OC. And my thing is same out route, same hitch, same routes that have been run for 80 years. Got to hit them.
So I was today, my phone, every 2 years I get kind of an upgrade for the phone. So I went today, got the upgrade before I came in the office. And the guy that was assisting me, his name is KJ. Shout out to KJ, the man. Big listener of the show, by the way.
Good.
He was telling me he's from Pensacola area, and he grew up a Miami Dolphins, Miami Hurricanes fan. And I asked him about Cam Ward. I was like, "Oh, you're in Nashville. What do you think about Cam Ward?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm liking it. There'll be a little bit of an adjustment period." And when I heard that, I was like, "You mean from the rookie season?" He goes, "No, like now that he has day ball, I could see a adjustment period, kind of like when he was at Miami when he came from Washington State. Yeah, Washington State. He said there was an adjustment period. So." I'm still trusting the process and allowing there be more optimism in the picture than there probably should be. But you're right, though. If it does happen on Sunday night where he ends up having an uh-oh moment once again, things could turn quick.
Well, and that's the thing is that the reaction on Friday was like, give him time. Look, I'm giving him time. All right. It's just a little concerning, right? It's like when your kid brings him a report card and he's got a D and he's like, I'm trying hard, Dad. You're like, all right, buddy. Next 6 weeks, see what you can do. If he comes back with a D, I'm like, all right, we need to use Google and me this time, and we'll figure it out. But if he comes back with a B, I'm good. But if I see the same thing Sunday night that I saw last Thursday night, I'm concerned. These aren't hard passes. And we talked yesterday, the pass he threw to Carnell Tate in the end zone, he reared back and just fireballed that thing in there. You can't do that.
It was like he was turning a double play. And that,
it's a good example.
Like, you watch his feet, and that was the big emphasis in his rookie year of, I think Paul Karski asked every single week to Brian Callahan and then, Coach McCoy as well. What about his feet? Is the footwork getting better? And then you look this year and it's very, what's the best way to put it? Twitchy? Is that a good way to describe Cam Ward's footwork? A little twitchy from time to time when he's trying to, anxious, but like when he's trying to get the ball out quick, I feel like his feet, boom, you're popping and going. I think that's where he needs to kind of relax.
Right.
Stay composed in the pocket, 1-2 step drop,
right.
Open the hips and toss it.
Maybe he doesn't have to do it all.
Right.
And I know the Cam Ward talk becomes a little like, oh God, I understand that, but he is the quarterback. He goes, the team goes. He doesn't go, the team does. It's that simple. I mean, it's proven. Like the Ravens won a Super Bowl in 2000 with Trent Dilfer, quarterback, who was very, very average. He just managed the game. That's been talked this week, game manager. But beyond that, you're going to have a quarterback who's a leader and who's damn good to win a Super Bowl. Look at it throughout history.
Yeah, and I mentioned this with Jake yesterday. The Titans on paper are kind of adding up to that, where they are getting players in the draft like an Anthony Hill, a Kevin Winston from last year. You get Keldrick Falk. You have some young core pillars that you can build around. And kind of like you talk about the Ravens, the quarterback may not be elite of the elites, but if your defense can capitalize on their opportunities at hand, then it should all work itself out.
Absolutely. I'll give me that defense every day of the week. But anyway, that's what we're going to keep our eye on Sunday night with Cam goes on, and I hope he plays into the second quarter. I know there was like a 20-play limit or something. More than that, Robert Saleh's not dumb. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, and I believe it was Jermaine Johnson that, was asked about the amount of reps that they're getting in the preseason. He was like, look, kind of the same sentiment of like, I understand it's a lot of reps, but at the same time, this is a new core. So there's going to be an adjustment period. Like, you need to build that chemistry on the field with actual game reps.
Yeah, I get it. And I get the new coordinator and receivers and all the new head. I get all that, man. But you give me a 10-yard down and out, I don't care if it's Vrabel, Brian Callahan, or Brandon Bigsby as your coach. You got to hit a 10-yard down and out.
You should be able to do it with your eyes closed.
Yeah.
Fair. It's muscle memory.
It's all they do in practice is that same route over and over again.
Like, I'll use another baseball example. Like a pitcher, they know what grip of the ball they want. They want to throw a splitter. They want to throw a 2-seam, a 4-seam. They know where they need to grip the baseball. As for a football player that's a quarterback, same thing. The route tree, you should be able to run it down and out. You should be able to run a crow. You should be able to run a post. You should be able to run, anything you want, over the middle, a seam route, anything you want. And the quarterback should be able to have their eyes closed and just kind of know. And again, it goes back to the chemistry perspective of a guy like Cam Ward adjusting to a player like Wan'Dale Robinson, or adjusting to a player like, even Alec Iwander and Chim Dike, who they're developing a good relationship with. Same thing for Calvin Ridley. But those are things that you need to be able to do with your eyes closed in your sleep.
I agree with that. All right, we're off and running on the Chase and Big Joe show today. Coming up at 12:30, new East Robertson High School football coach Chris Keylon will join us. 1 o'clock, Arcentae Broome, head coach at Antioch. 1:30, Brian Coleman, head coach at Summit. 2 o'clock, John McClain. 2:45, America's favorite game. What is that game, Dr. Crane?
Celebrity birthdays.
Celebrity birthdays. We need a cake delivered for Dr. Crane, an ice cream chocolate cake. Today's his birthday. Brando, what did you get our guy for his birthday? A hard time?
Exactly. I gave him a hard time.
Oh, man.
In a loving way, of course.
Okay. Brando, we're going to need that routing number and your checking account number for to get him a gift later on, if you don't mind. If you could text me all that information from your bank. Thank you. Our question of the day, what do you get Dr. Crane for his birthday? For the guy that's got everything. He is a Dos Equis man, right? He really is. At 28 years old, he's a Dos. He's got everything. He's
the most interesting man in the world.
He is. He is. He could build you a deck, cook you breakfast on a griddle, right? And then fix your 10-speed bike all in like 2 hours.
Look, it's just a part of the game of life.
I think you might be Nashville's most eligible bachelor. Right? Am I wrong? I'm not wrong on this.
I'd sign up for this.
No, you wouldn't.
I'm thinking for Dr. Crane.
Let's go to break, Brando. Back with more after this.
Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe Show. Happy birthday to one Dr. Crane today. By the way, Hair Metal Henry says he's going to make a special stop at Mapco and get you some of that good stuff off the roller.
Love that.
Right? Can you make it a double? Because I need some good heartburn today for all that. Hey, by the way, if you are not busy tonight, I got a special place you can go. Go down to Omni Nashville Hotel tonight, where they're having it's a good time. They have the 3-Ring Circus music show at Bar Lines, 5 to 8, 3 rounds. Good time happening down there tonight. So stop by the Bar Lines tonight to see this 3-Ring Circus music show. It's free. Some of the best songwriters in town at Bar Lines from 5 to 8. We love Bar Lines. We'll be at Bar Lines tomorrow from noon to 3. Stop by and say hi. We love our guy, Todd Rodermail, down there. Todd, you're the best. You know how we feel about you. Todd was the first person that, when we won our award the other night, that I thought of, because he was the first person that believed in our show beyond anybody else. I'm sorry, outside the station. And then thank you, Todd. We love you, man. So all good to go.
Yeah, express the same sentiment there. Todd's the best, man. He really is.
Right? I mean, he's so nice. He's like the nicest guy around. It's like everybody should be that nice.
It's like, pinch me. Is he that nice?
I'm not touching you. By the way, it is your birthday. And I do have on good authority, we have a cake on the way for you.
Oh.
Ice cream chocolate cake on the way for Dr. Crane for his birthday.
You guys are too kind. Listenership is fantastic.
Right? You know what would make this even doubly better, which is not a word, but I don't care.
I think I know.
Clay and the orange.
They're not available anymore.
They're not?
No. They got rid of those
donuts. Okay. But Clay, if you could do 6 chocolate, 6 regular donuts, we would really appreciate that.
I am going to be bouncing off the walls with so much sugar in my system.
That's okay.
I mean,
my A1C is right now where the Vols are ranked in the AP poll, about 19. So we're going to try to get to 20 today and make it happen and have a good time.
Oh, my goodness. Is that okay? We were all situated with that, the A1C? You're good?
Me? Yeah. No, I'm not good at all. That's okay, though. We're working on it.
All right.
We're working on a few things.
Okay. So we'll make sure. If we need to call somebody.
You keep telling me, you need to fast for 5 days. Let me tell you what. I don't think I can go 6 hours. Well, I have to sleep. So I don't think I can go beyond sleep 6 hours without eating something.
If you can start at 5 p.m. on like a Sunday, you can go through the rest of the day on Monday, all the way through till 5.
Okay.
That's a full 24-hour day. Because you work out in the morning, right?
I do.
Yeah. You'll get a nice workout in. You chug a bunch of water. You chew on some bubble gum if you need to, the sugar-free kind, so it doesn't spike anything.
Okay.
And it resets your metabolism, man. It truly does.
Well, how long? I mean, 24 hours?
24 hours is a good way to start. But if you want to really get into it, a good 3-day, 72-hour fast is what'll reset your button.
Well, you did like a 4-day water fast?
I did a 5-day water fast, yes.
And I thought it was a water fest. I thought it was a party. I'm like, where's this party happening? You're like, no, it's
Where are the
fast.
floaties? Where are the floaties?
It's a fast, not a fest, dummy.
Yeah.
All right, 5 days?
Yeah, I did 5 days.
So basically your body starts eating itself?
Yeah. So
is that what I'm told?
The visceral fat that's in your body, it starts to be used as food for your inner system. And then that's where you start seeing the body, dystrophy, is that what it's called? Atrophy. There you go.
Atrophy. I don't know. You're asking the wrong guy.
The body atrophy. You start seeing it change a little bit. But here's the beautiful thing about it, scientifically in your brain and also on paper. If you work out while you're on a fast, obviously that fat is used as food and energy. So when you're really working out, you're kind of burning fat along with building muscle to some degree. Some doctors out there, and again, I'm no registered doctor, but from my own research that I've done, it has been beneficial to me.
So what do you do when you get like food cravings?
This is going to sound terrible. I just chug a bottle of water and it suffices my hunger. And I just chew bubble gum.
So you don't get I think I would get severe hunger pains.
Yeah. I mean,
where I get mad and I eat anything.
You do, but that's when you have to get up and start doing something active. Where if you start to get those hunger pains or whatever, go out and get yourself active in the house. If it's too hot outside, walk up and down the steps, maybe just do something active to keep your body always going 24/7.
Doesn't that make me hungrier?
It can. I mean, for me, it doesn't. I mean, it gets my mind off of the hunger aspect of things. So that's just me, though.
Okay. All right. Well,
again, consult with your doctor or your primary physician of some sort, because I'm no doctor. It's just from my own research. I've talked to my doctor and he's all about it. So
I think if I did a 5-day fast, I'd be wandering in the desert. Like, where am I? Who am I? How do I get home?
I will say on the 5th day, like Chase and you both have seen me on the fast when I've been producing once. I only do it like 2-3 times a year, depending on how I'm feeling.
Right.
And I remember I was at my desk and Chase walked in. He goes, "You good?" I was like, "No, I'm gonna have to break this 5-day fast." And I only did like 3 days. I did like 3 days. And
so would you go eat like a Big Mac?
No. I did like a small little fruit and grain aspect. So I had some peanuts and then some fruits. I didn't want to spike my insulin too much in there. I just had a little bit of some of the peanuts.
Fascinated by this. So when you come off the 5-day, what's the first thing you eat? Can you eat pizza?
I mean, you don't want to really overindulge because then that shocks your body.
Right.
But probably shouldn't do this, but I just go straight to the carnivore. I go to the meat. So like if I want, a flank steak, I'll just do that, cut it up real fine and just slowly eat it and just manicure my body. And then once your body acclimates, then you can kind of go back to your normal food routine. But again, that's supposed to reset your system to kind of eat healthier if you want to.
Again, folks, it not only is his birthday, not only is he the Nashville's most eligible bachelor, he's also the most fascinating man in Nashville, Tennessee.
Nah.
Yeah.
I'm just doing what's good for me, right?
Okay.
And I don't want to be, narcissistic. I mean, I'm just explaining what the diet is.
We have ice cream chocolate cake coming your way.
Sure.
Just for you because it's your birthday.
Too kind. The listenership's too kind. You guys don't have to do that.
You're great. So if there were several who are like, we got one, so you're good. We appreciate you. And then we'll do that. All right, we'll take a break, come back. High school football's around the corner on Friday night. We'll talk to the new head football coach at East Robertson High School, a dear friend of mine, Chris Keylon, coming up next. Stick it right here. This is the Chase and Big Joe Show, 102.5 The Game. Welcome back to the Chasing Big Joe show. Love this song by Kenny Chesney. Talking about the greatest sport God ever put on planet Earth. It's called football, baby. It all starts tomorrow night with a few games happening. High school football on the way, then Friday, then colleges next week, and the pros. We have our big show on Friday night called The Game Blitz, brought to you by Southeast Financial Credit Union. And a guy we hope to hear from a lot on the show this year is a dear friend of mine, the head football coach at East Robertson High School, Chris Keylon. Coach, good afternoon. How are we?
Oh, doing great. Hey, thanks for having me.
Always. It's your first year at East Robertson. You come into a program that's got a lot of talent there. How do you not screw this up? I mean, what's your plan this year?
That's a little concerning coming in, and last 4 years they've been 46-7.
Woo!
And it's like, wow, well, not going to screw it up, hopefully, and the reason I'm not is because we have really good kids. We have really good coaches. I got here, a little bit late. So we spent the summer installing all of our schemes and things of that sort. And our kids have really bought in, and I like where we are. We have to play Friday night to see where we are actually. So we're excited about it.
You play Liberty Creek Friday night, and I'm telling you, one of the best settings for high school football in all of Tennessee is at East Robertson High School. And I know, Coach, you're looking forward to that, and the community is just welcoming you with open arms, and I just think it's a great fit. And you've got to be over the moon excited about Friday night, but seeing the crowd, your team, the fans, everybody on the field Friday night.
I'm absolutely ecstatic, and very, very excited. I'm very excited about being back in Tennessee. I spent a lot of years in Arkansas coaching, and East Robertson gave me the opportunity to come back home and coach, and I'm very, very grateful. Listening to our coaches and people in the community on what a Friday night is like here in Cross Plains, I'm really, really, really excited about being in that environment. Putting a good product on the field and competing with our guys.
So you went to Beach High School. You played at Austin P. So you have ties to this area. I mean, deep ties to this area. When you talk about being back, I mean, what kind of emotions do you think you experience on Friday night when you're back where you grew up in this area, and now you're a head coach of a very good program, a very good high school, and it's all I think would all be like a little surreal, right? I mean, it's all happening for you.
Very surreal and not almost, a dream come true. It's very difficult to put into words what it feels like to coach kids back in the state of Tennessee. Okay. I mean, I enjoyed my time in Arkansas. We had some good teams and really good relationships there, but it's nothing like being back here in the great state of Tennessee. And it's hard to put that into words, but there's a lot of pride and emotion for me to be back in Tennessee, specifically in Middle Tennessee area, and, having the opportunity to lead a team of Tennesseans, quite honestly. And I'm going to tell you this, we had some great teams in Arkansas, and they're great kids. Tennessee players are different. At least they are here in Cross Plains. I mean, football means a heck of a lot to people in this town and our kids, and the attitude and the approach that they have to the game is quite honestly something I've not experienced in my times in other places, and I'm very, very, very grateful to be here.
I love it. Chris Keylon's on the line with us, new head football coach at East Robertson High School.
Coach Keylon, when it comes to the seniors on your team, 13 of them from the roster I have in front of me, just what was that like when you obviously say Tennessee kids are different when playing high school football? For this senior class, what makes them different?
They really work very, very hard, and they want to work. The first day that I got here, I met a couple of kids out in the parking lot, didn't know who they were, obviously. And they said, Coach, you're gonna find that we want to work and we want to earn, and that's what we're all about, And you're like, wow, that's great, to hear. And then that's exactly the way they are.
Yeah.
And
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm good. I'm done.
I was going to say, just adding on to that, when you have, as a senior, you have a new head coach come into the fold. Obviously, football players are a creature of habit, the new adjustment. What was that conversation like with that senior class and even the rest of the team when you took over?
Yeah, and I was a little concerned about that. It's a good question because, they have had a lot of success, but I have to come in and do what fits our kids, number one, but also what I'm comfortable with and what I've had success with in the past. And so we've done that, but I've also kind of tried to keep some things that they've done really well here. But I'm going to tell you, I was concerned about that coming in. But these kids have welcomed me with open arms, and they have been just wonderful. They're all in on everything that we're doing. I think they like some of the new things that I've brought in terms of practice scheduling, how we approach things with efficiency, the attitude in which we're trying to build of physicality and toughness. And man, they've been really, really, really good. And I'm very, very happy to be their coach.
Obviously, high school football in Tennessee, it's different just like the players. But for you, what are you most excited for when it comes to Friday nights back here in the home state of Tennessee?
Just competing with our guys and our coaches, and probably outside. That's primary, of course. And outside of that, I'm interested to see how I'm going to feel back in Tennessee when the lights come on Friday night, and it's going to be different. And I don't know what that different is. It's going to be a good type of different, but I'm excited just to see what that's about. And I can already tell you the people here in this community really, really, really are supportive of football from everybody in the community, the principal on down. I mean, everybody's all in here, and I'm excited about it.
I love it. Chris Keylon's with us, new head coach at East Robertson High School. Of course, our mutual friend, Coach Wells, up at Eastern Kentucky. I mean, full disclosure, we've the three of us have run around a lot the last 35 years or so, but at the core, we love high school football. I mean, we've always loved high school football. We played high school football here in Middle Tennessee. To see you back pouring into these kids what coaches poured into you, man, it's an amazing feeling watching. We got some great head coaches in Middle Tennessee. You're one of those, and just to see that on Friday night, man, you back doing this, it's simply fantastic.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and I told our kids when I first got here in our first team meeting why I coach football, and pouring back into the kids. But really, the reason I coach high school football is because my high school football coach, Bob Cummings, really changed my life. If it was not for him, I probably would not have gone down the road that I went down in life. I probably had been a tougher, more difficult road, but he showed me, what work ethic was, overcoming adversity, will to win, refuse to lose, be tougher than everybody else. I mean, if I had not played for that man, I would not have had the success of the life that I've had. So I want to do that for the kids.
I love it. One of the great tragedies in our time is the fact that McGavick never got to beat down. Game in our heads.
That would have been a good matchup. Maybe. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Who knows? We'll never know. That's a good thing. Hey, Coach, thank you. I know you're busy, man. You know how much I love you. Hopefully we'll talk to you Friday night. I know you got a big game versus Liberty Creek. So best of luck, and we'll talk to you down the line. Appreciate you, Chris.
Hey, thank you very much for having me on. And, hey, congratulations to y'all for winning the best sports talk show in the state of Tennessee. That is so awesome.
Appreciate you. Thank you. All right, buddy. Chris Keylon, new head coach at East Robertson High School. And what he said at the end is it. That's it. That's why we love. That's where the love of football begins, with your high school football coaches who pour that love into you, who are on your butt nonstop, and it means the world.
humble beginnings of the sport.
Yeah.
It really grabs the true appreciation of why people want to pursue to play the sport, along with play it at the next level if you're capable of it.
Absolutely. So, all right, we got more coaches in the way. Arcentae Broome, who I just think the world of, at 1 o'clock at Antioch, and then Brian Coleman, the head coach at Summit, will join us at 1:30. John McClain at 2 o'clock. All things NFL. We're having a lot of fun. And the cake was delivered. Thank you, Sonda, for delivering the cake for our man. And we had several people who were like, we'll bring a cake for you. And then we picked Sonda, and she's brought the cake. And congrats, buddy. Ice cream, chocolate cake.
Thank you, son.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you very much. You guys are definitely making the day very special, and I appreciate it.
I am so proud of Nashville's most eligible bachelor. Yes, you are. All right, back with more. This is Jason Big Joe Show, 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe show. We're waiting for Chim Dike to go over to hang out with Jake Lyman. They'll be coming to you just a second from Titans practice. Many thanks to East Robertson, new high school football coach Chris Keylon for joining the show. Big game for them on Friday night taking on Liberty Creek. I was told that they described the environment to me at East Robertson High School with all these trucks pull up and they tailgate and they cook out. And I'm thinking I need to be there on Friday. That's what it's about, man. The whole community comes together. Get out of here.
Yeah, I remember when I was in high school, my junior year, we played a scrimmage at Cookeville. And Joe, let me talk about the trucks. Everybody backed in their truck, put it right on the 50-yard line, all the way down to the 30 to the goal line. The trailer hitches were off. The tailgates were down. Everybody had their blankets, whatever. And then the other side of the field, all the headlights beaming on the field.
Love it.
I'm like, this is distracting. This is what we call a playoff atmosphere.
Yeah, I love these small towns get together and do that. I think it's fantastic, and that's why we're so excited to bring the Game Blitz back on Friday night, brought to you by Southeast Financial Credit Union, and a lot of fun. All right, with that being said, let's go to Jake Lyman, who's with Chim Dike. Jake, take it away, buddy.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it. Back here at Vanderbilt Health Football Center, we're joined by second-year Titans wide receiver Chim Dike. Chim, thanks for taking some
felt like training camp. We're kind of in the thick of things right now. It's hot, it's competitive, but I love the competition that we've had between offense and defense.
It's obviously a long process to get ready for the regular season, but you guys had the experience out there in Santa Clara against the 49ers. What do you think you've been able to take away from that over the past few days to build as you get ready for the year?
Yeah, I mean, I think just, starting to form our identity, especially offensively. Going against a team like the 49ers, very good defense, physical team, and kind of, feeling like we matched that, play physical in the run game. And, there's still things we got to clean up, but, I think we're improving every single day.
You obviously had a successful rookie season, all-pro at punt returner and kick returner, as well as what you did in the offensive game. What was a focus for you this offseason to take your game to the next level?
Yeah, I mean, I think just becoming a complete player, continue to improve my route running, really all aspects of the game. Power return, having quieter feet at the catch, make sure my body can sustain a 17-game season and playoffs at a higher clip. So it was really good for me to kind of take a step back and attack the offseason.
Your draft class entered with a lot of pieces on the offensive side. Obviously, you, Ellick, and Gunnar Helm, and come in with Cam as well. Do you think that's made it easier for you guys to kind of grow together over the past year and a half?
Yeah, coming in together, spend all that time during OTAs, the early meetings, kind of going through last season, the ups and downs together, and learn those same lessons. I think it's something that we can learn from, also carry forward as we head through the years.
As a returner, what's going through your mind when the ball is in the air? Like, what are you thinking about, and what do you think makes you such an effective player back there that allowed you to have so many explosive games in the plays in the return game?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just quiet feet. If you hear Julian Edelman talk about catching a punt, he talks about catching with your feet. So just beating the ball to the spot, having quiet feet at the catch, that's something I've been working on in the offseason as well. And then, I have great teammates blocking for me, and, it's God-given with the ball in your hand. You just go play.
We're talking with Titans wide receiver Chim Dike. Chim, new system with Brian Dable. How has the acclimation process gone throughout the offseason and through training camp so far to get used to the new way you're going to play this year?
It's been great. Dable's pushed us. He's super competitive. He's fiery at practice. He's chirping with the defense.
We can hear him.
We love it, though. Like, that's a guy you kind of want to play for. Even if you're not ready for practice after a Dable's meeting, you're going to be ready to go. So it's been great learning from him, and I'm excited for what's to come.
All right, I got a couple fun ones for you. I know you've played in the Big Ten and in the SEC. We argue all the time on the show about which one is better, which one's harder to play in. As somebody who's played for Wisconsin, played for Florida, what was your experience in both conferences?
Yeah, I think it's interesting because I didn't play in the Big Ten with Oregon and USC.
Right.
I think those are by far and away the two best conferences in the country. So I was fortunate to just play in both of those. I was happy to play in the SEC. Growing up in the Midwest, obviously playing the Big Ten, I have a lot of respect for the programs there. The SEC was a lot of fun, I'll say that.
Last one for you. I know you got engaged this summer, this offseason, and your fiance, also a professional athlete, a pro hockey player. What's that dynamic like of both of you playing high-level professional sports, but also trying to plan a wedding at the same time?
Yeah, the first couple of weeks were crazy. Luckily, we got a great wedding planner out of Nashville, so we're really excited to work with her. So that takes a little bit off my plate. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. She understands the competitiveness and my drive and being in my corner, and I'm able to bounce things off her, and she's able to do the same with me. So she's been amazing. I'm excited for what's to come.
Chim, always appreciate you taking some time and wishing you the best of luck this season.
Thank you, guys.
Joe, back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Jake, thank you very much. With Chim Dike right there. You know how good it is, Dr. Crane, that the fact that this football team has a true returner. For so long, they did not have a punt returner. I mean, Derek Mason is at the top. He was fantastic. And then since then, I mean, Pac-Man came through here. And, he showed flashes. Mark Mariani wasn't bad. It's been a different hodgepodge, but the Titans had an all-pro special teams player in a punt. In a punt return. It just sounds great.
As a rookie.
As a rookie.
Yeah. So only could go up from here, right?
Right.
I mean, to be fair, Chim Dike is, I would call him a Swiss Army knife in the wide receiver room. I mean,
we don't bring weapons into the facility.
Not a weapon.
Oh, okay. I got you.
But describing him as a multi-purpose athlete on this team. I mean, a punt returner, kick returner, slot wide receiver. He can really be just add that extra dynamic on the offense is what they need.
Do you think he played quarterback in high school? I mean, the best athletes at usually played quarterback for most teams.
You could say that.
You know, I mean, and then gets to Wisconsin or Florida. I have no idea, but he's so talented and athletic that I would want him as my quarterback in high school.
I mean, I could see him being a wide receiver in high school and playing baseball as an outfielder and also playing track. Like, I could see him playing other, sports.
Good. Yes,
in that way.
Thank you. Play other sports. Remember we had Tom Glavine on, and what he said about travel ball, where he's like, if there's a coach that comes to your kid at 12, 13, 14 years old and says, you need just to work on baseball, and he was like, run from that coach.
Because that's how you develop Tommy John. If you're a pitcher, I mean, you start.
By the way, he passed away the other day.
I know. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Should be in the Hall of Fame, by the way. Just saying.
Let's look at his record. But anyway.
Just saying.
Play all the sports.
Yeah.
Every great athlete I knew played multiple sports.
When I was a kid and went to Tim Corbin's, summer camps for baseball, that was the first thing he stressed to all the campers was like, play other sports besides baseball. And to this day, like, definitely credit him for that. I mean, obviously my folks always wanted me to play other sports, but yeah. I mean, Tim Corbin, even stressing that to the young kids, just having them allow themselves to be kids, let them play other sports. Like for me, I wanted to play football, I wanted to play basketball, I wanted to play soccer, baseball, because all my friends were playing those, or if it was because I enjoyed playing them, and then it was both.
Right. I cannot tell you how many friends I have that their kids play travel ball, baseball, and then when they get senior year of high school, done. And look, it's not for everybody. And if you played travel ball and you're enjoying, great. I'm over the world, moon, whatever, excited for you and all that. I've seen it, man. And these kids get burned. Kids need summers to chase girls, to get in trouble. I mean, that's what that's what you need, right? I didn't want to spend every second on the athletic field. Couldn't do it.
No, I mean, if you have a off the field issue as a young kid of always getting in trouble in school and stuff like that, then that's why sports are there. They're to keep you in line. That's why you have a coach that gives you the stern talking tos, hey, it's a football terminology. That's why coaches are there, to give you that tough love.
Yeah.
I think that's what everybody deserves when they play sports, is that tough love, because it gives you that even dynamic.
I mean, my mother put me in everything, which thank God for her. I mean, I played football, basketball, baseball growing up. I was terrible at basketball because all I did was shoot. Baseball, all I did was strike out. And so football, I found my footing in football, thank God, and which changed, like Coach Keylon was talking earlier, football changed my life. That's why people are, why do you like football for? Because it changed my life. It gave me accountability. It gave me direction. I learned how to lose. I learned how to get pissed off. I learned how to celebrate. I learned all that. I learned pressure. And high school football provided that for me, and then on to college and on. But it's not for everybody. And I understand that. Everybody doesn't play. I understand that. But still, the messages and the lessons I learned from all that, and which Coach Keylon was talking about pouring back in these kids, that's why we love it.
It shapes you as a young man. Like, I only had Brian Rector as my head coach for 1 year as a senior. And just the small amount of time I was with him, and for him being the head coach, I learned so much. I was able to mature as a young adult. I mean, I'll never forget this. We were stretching, and he said, men, if you want to go work a 9-to-5 job, go ahead, but don't be pursuing it through football that way.
Oh,
and I was like,
he said that?
Yeah. I was like,
I'm going to text him that. I like that.
I love this. And it gave me a different evaluation on life and a different evaluation of how I would, look at a 9 to 5, because I don't consider this a 9 to 5 per se, because it's a passion. Like, if you have a passion for something,
right,
there is no clock on that.
No, not at all.
So
that's a good line. Say it again.
He said, if you pursue football as a 9 to 5 job, don't look at it that way. Along those lines.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. What's funny is that, when you go to camp and you play games, and we should do a show one day on just motivational things that coaches. Some are great, some hit the wall, but one that always stood with me is a coach at junior college said, boys, 3 things: don't embarrass your program, don't embarrass your teammates, don't embarrass your mom. And I was like, oh God, he's so right. And I took that and I told my son the same thing. I can handle what, and I love my boys, give me no problem. I love him. But I was like, I can handle anything. Don't embarrass your mom, man. At the end of the day, don't embarrass your mom.
I felt bad my junior year when I didn't really embarrass her, but my brother and I both have like a pact of like, Mom, if we ever get hurt, don't come on the field. They have trainers to come out. Don't worry about it.
Oh, did Dr. Crane's mom come on the field?
Well, there was one incident that she had to, because they brought the ambulance, and it was bad. Yeah.
What happened to you? Is this when this dude fell on you?
Kane Ridge, yeah. That 300-pound defensive lineman, offensive lineman. Sorry, I went to barrel roll tackle the running back, and then that's when the offensive lineman tripped over another, I guess, lineman, just landed right on my rib cage, and I bruised like 3 ribs, and I couldn't breathe. Like, my face started turning colors. The trainer, I chucked my helmet like 30 yards, but the trainer came out. She did something to my back to allow me to breathe a little better.
Yeah.
And that's when they had to bring the ambulance. And I went to school the next day. I had an exam, so I couldn't miss it. And Coach Simpson looked at me and goes, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "I have an exam second period." I missed first period. I was like, "I have to take this exam."
So you went to the hospital?
I did. And I was there for basically the whole night. I didn't get home till like 3 a.m.
And it was just a rib bruise?
Yeah, it's bruised 3 ribs on my left side.
Look, man, I tell you this all the time.
Yeah.
We don't show weakness.
No.
Right, on the football field.
That's why I felt terrible when they said, they kept waving my mom to come down. I was like,
right.
I can't.
Oh, that's all right.
So it was probably my lowest point ever.
And that's another thing about the injuries, man. Like, I broke my hand in college, and my bone it didn't heal back right, and it's a war wound, man. And I love that.
I blocked the field goal with my right arm and broke my wrist, hairline fracture. I mean, you just don't think about those things until
Wait, how did you block a field goal? Well, it was
off the edge. Yeah, I was one of the gunners off the edge, and I double armed it, and my lower hand blocked it, and it went like 5 yards the other way. I came off the field, I was like, "Coach, this doesn't feel right." And then I went to go grip, like, a little fist grip, and it was not good.
Look at you. I'm proud of you. Because if you block that kick going up the middle, that kicker needs to be off the team.
Oh yeah, no. This was off the edge.
Yeah. I mean, at 4'7", you're blocking kicks. That's pretty badass.
5'2", a little more respect.
I love it. All right, who we got coming up next? Yeah, who we got coming up next?
We got Arcentae Broome, Antioch head coach. I mean, let's be honest. He's got one of the best quarterbacks in the state.
He does.
Andre Adams. This guy's being looked at from everywhere.
Yep.
And it's going to be a fun conversation.
I love it. That's coming up next. Again, don't forget the Game Blitz coming this Friday night, 9:30 to midnight. All things high school football scoreboard. So much fun. Proudly presented by Southeast Financial Credit Union. Check them out online at southeastfinancial.org. All right, we got 2 more hours of nothing but football. Keep it right here, 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome to hour number 2 of the Chase and Big Joe show right here on 102.5 The Game. Really appreciate last hour Chim Dike for joining us. Chris Keylon, the head football coach at East Robertson. And another guy, our next guest, hope we're talking to him a lot on Friday night this year because the Game Blitz is back. Dr. Crane, who is it?
Head coach Arcentae Broome. Arcentae, how are you today?
Hey, man, I'm great, guys. How you guys doing?
Doing well. Hey, just to start off, the upcoming season, I'm sure you're antsy to get on the field, right?
Man, yeah, you don't even understand this, man. Going through summer and camp and can be grueling a little bit. I think everybody's just chomping at the bit to get started.
Obviously, the big name on the roster is Andre Adams, who has been seen by a lot of colleges around the nation. Coming into this upcoming season, what can, I guess, the Antioch fans and also the fans of Middle Tennessee expect from Antioch this year?
I mean, we of course, Andre Adams is probably one of the best quarterbacks in the state, if not the best. He's our guy. He's our general. And he's going to lead the way as far as the team's concerned, man. We lost a lot. We've lost probably 40 kids in the last 2 years. So, when you think about that, think about maybe rebuilding a little bit, but we've got some guys that are here that have played, just they don't have a lot of game experience. But, we think we'll be in good shape. We didn't graduate but one kid off our D-line and offensive line. So hopefully that can be a mainstay for us.
Yeah, last year, Arcentae, when we kind of had a conversation late in the season, we were just kind of candidly speaking about just how wrestling has been an impact on your roster and how it's really developed a lot of these offensive linemen, defensive linemen, and some guys that are kind of undersized that kind of get their way on the field. Has that been a little bit of an impact for this upcoming season with this roster?
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. It's crazy because people are like, man, you guys are big. And I'm like, nah, I just don't see it. We've got some decent sized kids, man. And sometimes, man, you got to coach kids up, man. And some kids that may not be as talented, man, you got to make them be able to run through a brick wall for you. And if you can harness that emotion and harness that small little something that's inside of that kid, man, you can kind of make a monster out of them. And I think that's what we're trying to do. Hopefully we can be successful at it.
Talking to Arcentae Broome, head football coach at Antioch. Coach, what year is this for you in Metro as a head coach? 50?
Man, close to it, man. No, this is I think this is my 23rd year as a head coach in Metro. It's 28 total, but yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. And I love it because, I think the world of you and the way you pour back into these kids and everything and love on them. You've had players highly recruited before, and you've had big-time coaches come through your school. What's the common denominator in these kids that makes them that elite level? I don't want to say 5-star, but that put them at that level. Is it practice? Is it being good-natured? Is it loving the Lord? What is it?
Man, I guess you said it. I've had quite a few kids that have come through that have been big time kids, or even those kids that weren't exactly Power 4, but Group of 5. But I think some of the great qualities, man, have been hard workers, football IQ, good natured kids, man, that brought up the right way. Good listeners, kids that can listen, retain information, and do exactly what you would have them to do. And just sometimes being instinctive. So a lot of the kids that have been in those positions, man, even before Andre, I had kids like Delaney Majors and Bo Hodges, Gabe Fletcher, Yusuf Ali, man, those kids, man, are good citizens, man. Those kids do everything the right way. And, it shows from the progression from being in high school to going through college programs, even being successful past that. And I think some of that starts at home, but then too, man, you know, as a coach, having a good staff, man, to pour into them and just make sure that they're getting what they need. You know, you don't always hit it out the park with every kid,
right?
But you know, you try your best, and if you give them, you give them a baseline of what they need, man, and they kind of got to pick the rest of it up and do it themselves.
Absolutely. We're talking Arcentae Broome, head football coach at Antioch. And look, I'm a Metro Nashville guy. You're a Metro Nashville guy. It's different coaching in Metro as it is opposed. And look, I know the counties have great schools, but it takes a different man to lead Metro Nashville high school football programs. And that's why I think the world of you, I know what you're up against, and I think you do a damn good job of putting out good kids and good product on the field.
Man, you know, Joe, there's a lot of things have changed just in athletics and just demographics of our city and different things like that. And, you know, I get a lot of the time, you know, why don't you do this or go to this school or that school? Or, you know, you got to go somewhere where you feel like things are, you know, not necessarily tailor-made for you, but you have to be in places where you think you fit and think where you want it and things like that. And, you know, I haven't gone anywhere because this is where I kind of wanted to be. Of course, there are a lot of different things in other counties that we strive to have, and we've done you know, here in Metro, we've done a great job of kind of bolstering, you know, facilities with turf fields. You know, there's still some things we need to work on, but we try to do our very best. I know here at Antioch right now, man, we have a principal that's provided for us to have some of the same things that private schools have, some of the same things a lot of the county schools have. And I do know this, that you do, like you said, you do have to be a special kind of person to coach in Metro, because sometimes there are things that you're going to face that other people don't.
Right.
I would always challenge any other coach, man, that you're at other schools that you think you got it bad, you know, you really don't, because there's some things that you don't have to deal with. And I told my staff this, and I've told other guys who've coached me, you know, sometimes, man, you may have morals, you may have a way of doing things, but if you stay in it long enough, you'll have to change, and you'll have to do some things that are necessary, man, to make sure that the kid gets what he needs, but also, too, you can furnish a program that's presentable, one that you can look at and be proud of. And, you know, I know that as for me being in it this long, man, you know, I've kind of survived being flexible and being able to just kind of maneuver and change when I need to change.
Antioch head coach Arcentae Broome is on the line with us. Coach, when it comes to, you know, you said you've been in this for about 28 years now. What makes high school football so special that separates it from everywhere else in the country? What makes Tennessee high school football so special in your heart?
Well, I think one thing about Tennessee high school football is everybody else thinks that it's not up to par. But we're, man, over the last maybe 10, probably about 10, 15 years, man, we've been knocking it out of the park with the different athletes, man. You just look at all the different places. Our guys are at Texas A&M, our guys are at Tennessee, our guys are out on the West Coast, up on the East Coast. We got Tennessee kids that are now branching out everywhere, where normally, back 90s and 80s, you had kids going places, but it just wasn't the same. And I think exposure is a big deal. We're kind of in the middle of everybody. So sometimes we get cherry picked, and a lot of schools used to not come recruit here, but now you got everybody. I've seen coaches from, Oregon. I've seen coaches from Stanford. I've seen coaches from Cal, USC, all throughout the SEC. So, I've seen the gamut. So it's where it is, and we're growing, and hopefully we can maintain that and keep putting out great products.
I love it, Coach. Thank you for this. We hope to talk to you on Friday nights after big wins. Thank you for what you do and who you are, man. We really appreciate you, Coach. We'll talk to you Friday night, I hope.
Yes, sir. Hopefully hopefully, we'll be on the right side of the scoreboard. So
Love it.
I appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir. Coach Arcentae Broome, head football coach at Antioch High School. And so we're gearing up. Game Blitz, Friday night, 9:30 to midnight. High school football scoreboard show, all things high school football. Really honored to have Southeast Financial Credit Union as the sponsor of the show. We're looking forward to it, and it's going to be fun.
Absolutely. And Antioch is one of those teams, like you just mentioned, that hopefully you're talking to Arcentae Broome a lot because they have one of the top quarterbacks in the state in Andre Adams. Last year when I was there for one of the games, it was Michigan State, Mississippi State, Colorado, Vandy. I mean, you had every single scout there sitting in a lawn chair, jotting down their notes. I'm like, that's impressive. And, of course, what does Andre Adams do? He throws a 40-yard bomb down the field. I mean, he's just a special talent. He really is.
I love it. And I love it when kids from metro schools, look, I love all the county schools, but big part of my heart is with these metro school kids when they go to the next level and become superstars. I mean, it's just all around. I think it's fantastic when they do that. So, all right, we've gotten some. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, please.
No, you.
I was going to tease you something, but you're good. Go ahead.
No, tease.
Looking at some college football news. It's about Tennessee and Alabama and the jersey combinations. It hasn't been done since 1970. And I think you might be on board with it. If not,
you got me. You got me. You teased me. I like it. Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you very much. We'll get into all that and more on the other side of the Jason McJoe Show. 102.5 The Game.
Yeah. Ask for life. All right, welcome back to the Chasing Big Joe show. Man, that is an incredible song. It'd be good if Luke Combs covered that.
I mean, he listens, doesn't he?
He's out there in Dixon County, Luke. That's your song, buddy. I'll give it to you.
Just came back from Australia, too, from his Australian tour, I believe.
I mean, this could be the top song of 27. Just hop on board, Luke. Reach out to Dr. Crane and we'll get it done.
Well, hey, just call the station. We got you, 615-737-1025. Not only for Luke Combs, but our listeners as well.
Yeah.
I need to weigh in on all of our conversations.
And stay away from those Louisiana girls.
Yes.
Telling you right now.
Unless you want your last rights being
telling you, right? Welcome back to the show. Chase off today. What you got me? Anytime you bring up high school football or college football, you got me. What we got?
So for the first time since 1970, the University of Tennessee and Alabama will both wear their home jerseys for the 26 and 27 games per ESPN Pete Thamel.
So would that be orange and white?
Orange and white, and then the crimson and white. Yeah.
Oh, I like this.
You're a fan.
I am because it's nostalgia. I like this. You're not.
I'm okay with it. I'm indifferent, if that's a better way to put it. Because like when Tennessee
you're Catholic.
Well, that too.
Okay.
But when Tennessee has played in Knoxville, they've always worn the orange. I understand.
Sure.
And then when Alabama has come to Knoxville in years past, it's been the all white with the crimson helmet.
Right.
I thought that was a nice look. But if they're going back the old school way, I'm all about it. Just some more context to the story. Pete Thamel says the uniform agreement came together through the work of athletic director from Alabama, Greg Byrne, and Tennessee athletic director Danny White, Alabama's Kalen DeBoer, and Tennessee's Josh Heupel. And the SEC office this year will be in Knoxville. So I assume all the Knoxville fans are going crazy over this.
I got no problem. I like it.
I think it is a nostalgia factor for sure, but there's something about the white jerseys for me that just screams nice and crisp.
I'm not a fan of white jerseys.
Really?
Because everybody's got them. Right?
Okay.
Give me the uniqueness of the crimson. Give me the uniqueness of the maroon at Mississippi State. I like the purple at LSU when they wear those purple. Oh, my God, it looks so good. I like the orange in Knoxville. I like Vandy. When Vandy goes all black with those, I like those. I don't like them in September because it's 1,000 degrees.
Sure. But
I like it, and I like the V. It looks good. I'm just – everybody's got the all white. It's really generic. I'm not a fan of it.
Okay. I mean, I could see where you're saying with that. I don't know. For me, it's just – the crimson helmet, the all-white jerseys. I get everybody has that,
right?
But there's something special about that. Like you look at Penn State, they have the all-white uniforms for their away.
Sure.
That's iconic, and I think it's because of the helmet itself. All white with the blue stripe down the middle. Alabama, the same situation. You have the crimson helmet with the number on the side. That's what defies the uniform, and I think regardless of the jersey color, it doesn't bother me.
What I think helps is that, like, Alabama couldn't play Mississippi State with those uniforms.
Correct.
Because it's like, oh, who's
pretty similar. Yeah.
So if they're similar in style or in look, I think you should wear the white. That's fine. But in this case, I think I've always told you at home, Tennessee should go all orange.
Yes.
The uniforms they wore in the 80s and 90s were I'm not a fan of this little darker orange and the smaller numbers. Give me the Al Wilson jersey. That's what I want. I want the Al Wilson jersey. The big old neck roll. He didn't have one, but big old neck roll. I mean, that's football, man.
White face mask, white helmet, big old orange tee on the side,
right?
And the all orange uniform. But the thing I like most about Tennessee that kind of separated themselves from everybody else, they wore the white socks with the black cleats.
Yes,
I think that is a iconic look. If you're really trying to go back to the 1970s vibe of it, make sure they wear the black cleats.
Oh, I'm with you on that. It looks good. So. I don't know, man. I'm fine with this. I know some won't be, but I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I think it's good, but I think it's just, I don't know, it's different. I like the all orange.
What were you telling me about travel ball before the break?
We'll get into it. There's a lot of people waiting about how travel ball is. Some have pulled their kids out like this too much that's going on. We'll get into it at the 2:00 hour because there's a little concern about what's about just all that, the one sport. I mean, and I got parents who every weekend they're somewhere. They are somewhere all summer long.
Spending a child's school tuition on a weekend.
It's constant. I'm like, let them go to the pond and the lake and play in the neighborhood pool. So, all right. Well, we'll take a break. We'll come back. John McClain at 2:00, much more with NFL. What's going on? Coming up next, we'll talk to Brian Coleman, head football coach at Summit High School. That's next right here, 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe show here on this beautiful Wednesday. Chase McCabe off today, Dr. Crane in studio. We're hitting hard and heavy on high school football. It starts tomorrow night. A lot of the games, though, on Friday night. Let's bring in the head coach for Summit High School, Coach Brian Coleman. Coach, how are you today? And thanks for rolling with the punches.
What's up, Joe? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. How excited are we for Friday night? I know this is a lot of work's been put into it. You've been working hard since last December ago, but Friday night, how are we feeling about Friday night?
Man, is it here yet? Good grief. This is the longest week ever. It feels like it's got to be at least Thursday, but I mean, we're excited, man. It's ready to get it rolling, see what we got. Had a few scrimmages and whatnot, but, again, yeah, we're ready to get football started again.
You know what I love, Coach, is I love you and I love the program and everything, but I'm seeing all these Instagram posts about your band and just the community that surrounds your football team on Friday night. I just think it's one of the best places. We had a coach on from East Robertson earlier, and just what that community means to you at Summit High School. And I know you love being the head coach down there.
Man, it's an atmosphere, man. Friday nights is a thing, dude. It's awesome. Band, student sections, the student section in Williamson County, you can't hardly beat, man. It's awesome. The community support that's here. I come from a small town, Chapel Hill, so I wasn't used to all this kind of stuff, and got here in Williamson County, and it's awesome. The support is great, and we really appreciate everybody, the support that they give us.
We're talking to Brian Coleman, head football coach at Summit High School. What year is this for you at Summit?
Summit, I think it's 12 years here. Yes.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Time flies, man.
I thought you were going to say like 6. Man, that is crazy. What has changed in your 12 years? I know you won the state title. I think it was in 20. And you've had such great success there. What has changed in the 12 years, just with high school football in your mind, since you became the head coach there?
Oh, boy, a lot's changed. I guess the most recent thing is this recruiting stuff and one-time transfer. I mean, we've had to roll with the punches of so many things, and this is the biggest and the latest thing that we were trying to roll with. We can get on a soapbox and we could talk about this for hours, Joe, but, I mean, we're a high school football team. We're a public school. They want to come play with us. They can come play with us. If they want to leave, they can leave. We're going to coach up whoever we got. So, that's been my motto lately. So, I mean, it's just a big thing of kids transferring and, getting mad because they're second string. So it's a thing, definitely.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you still got to coach, right?
Heck yeah. We're going to coach the kids that are here. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that part doesn't change. I don't think kids have changed, man. In 12 years, or I've done it total for 26. I mean, it's still football. It's still high school football. You just got to love it. And the kids are excited. This is the best time of their lives. They don't understand it until they get out, but we try to preach it to them all the time.
Summit High School head coach Brian Coleman's online with us. Coach, when it comes to, the genuine aspect of these players, it's the amateurism that everybody loves, the purest form of football. We asked a few coaches before you hopped on with us, what makes Friday night football in Tennessee so special to not only you, but to the rest of the team?
Oh, boy. They put in a lot of work, man. They put in a lot of work, and all these people are screaming and hollering and, excited to see them out on the field. They get to look up and see all these people in the stands. It's the purest form of football I believe you'll ever see. I mean, it's just almost an awesome atmosphere like you talked about. So, I mean, these kids just get chill bumps. I hope they do, So, it's just a fun part of their lives. They can forget about everything and just go hit somebody.
Yeah, obviously you've been in this situation before when, going back to high school, playing football and so forth. When you have 14 seniors on your roster, and this could be potentially their last go at it to play football on a field against another healthy competition, what's your message to that senior class?
Man, you try to tell them, you try to tell them this is the best time of your life. You may never see some of these classmates ever again after you graduate. You just try to preach it to them. Sometimes they don't ever realize that until you see them, the next year when they come back to watch it again. Telling you how much they miss it and how much they miss, sometimes even how much they miss how hard you were on them. The lessons that we taught them, just being tough on them. And they're most of the time very appreciative. Thanks, Coach, for doing this. I mean, I had some kids tell me, I get up for work sometimes and I still hear your voice telling me, get up and get rolling and let's get things going. So, a high school coach means a lot to these guys, and we're big, huge influences on their lives when they, after they graduate.
Absolutely. Yeah. Still wake up sometimes with the whistle in your ear when you're getting ready for the day. I love to hear that. When it comes to just the players on the team, along with the coaches as well, just the overall aspect for not only the fans, but the coaches. That's my big thing is when you have a new coaching staff or you have coaches come and go, but you've had this core staff for quite some time. Well, what's it been like for you to just kind of just continue and go every single year?
And yeah, it means a lot to keep a core staff. Guys will come and go, but to keep the core that we've had is priceless. We've added a few now. Most recently, we've got Paul Derrick, who's our defense coordinator, and he was actually the head coach at Nolensville for many years. So, and we've added Alex Melton too, who was also a head coach at Franklin. So we've got that experience, helps these kids out, and it's another sounding board for me. Help out with different situations that go, in the off season and during the season and in game.
Is Kerry Collins still there?
No, sir, not anymore.
Oh, okay.
I think he's gonna enjoy the retired life now of football.
Well, yeah, good for him. Look, Coach, we're talking to Brian Coleman, head football coach at Summit, and I love looking at your schedule. I mean, you don't get a break.
No. Our region's bad enough, and then schedule non-region. The kind of offense we run, and traditionally what we've been doing is a lot of people just don't want to play us. They're looking for wins, and not saying they won't get one against us, but it's a tough schedule, and we're trying to cut our teeth with the best competition to get there, to get to the playoffs, and hopefully advance in the playoffs.
You start Friday night against Spring Hill, and then I'm looking on down Nolensville, and then Brentwood, and then but you know what?
Ravenwood,
right?
Yeah.
But if I'm a player and I'm a coach, I want this.
Oh, you definitely do. You're a competitor. Do you want though? Yeah, you want to play these things. You want to see what you got. I mean, we scrimmage Tullahoma and Riverdale and Pope John Paul. So we scrimmage some tough teams too. So we want to see what we got. We want to play the best competition, and our region is definitely one of the better ones in the state of Tennessee, especially in 6A.
I think it's great. Coach, I know you're busy. I think the world of you and your family. Thanks for coming on today. Best of luck, and hope we talk to you a lot this year on our Game Blitz on Friday night. Thanks, Coach.
All right, Joe. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. See you later.
Brian Coleman, head football coach at Summit High School, and I just got chills. Something he said. I wake up in the morning. I haven't played for you in years, and I still hear your voice telling me to get going, or I paraphrase that.
Yeah.
That's strong, brother. I mean, that's strong.
I mean, hearing coaches in my brain right now, Randy O'Brien, give me 10. I'm like, all right, you got to go.
Right? That's strong.
You hear the whistle go, you go, let's go. I mean, stuff like that, the small nuances of the game, you're just like, yeah, that's what I miss most. Just somebody kind of keeping me in line. And to what Coach said there, it just speaks volumes.
And I really appreciate the coaches. We'll all hopefully hear from them on Friday night on the Game Blitz, brought to you by Southeast Financial Credit Union. We're so excited to have the Game Blitz back on Friday night, 9:30 to midnight. All things high school football, scoreboard. Myself, Connor Newt, Brando is going with us. It's high flying. We have a lot of fun, and I hope to talk to all these coaches on Friday night. One year I went out to interview, when I was a TV interview, your coach, Brian Rector at Ryan, and there was a bunch of guys missing. And I was like, hey, where's the team? Baseball. He's like, no, they're playing lacrosse. So, which was great because different sports. And we talked earlier about everybody just singularly one sport going on. And he was like, it's great. They're in shape. They're running. They're part of a team. When they show up here, I know I don't have to condition them. They're good to go. So we talked earlier about these kids playing multiple sports and how don't play just one sport and don't let travel ball bring you down. And so I just think it's coaches adapt. I think all coaches like that.
Yeah, when I played high school football, my freshman year, I just played strictly football. When I went to my sophomore year, that's when I was like, you know what, I want to play another sport. Went to go play soccer, obviously, and that worked out well. And that was the beauty about the dynamic of football and soccer is after football season was over, I could go right into soccer. I didn't have to go from soccer back into football when I'm rushing, trying to learn the playbook or just, learn everything for the installs. It was a smooth transition at a full off season to kind of get everything going, get back into football shape. Because when you're playing soccer, you're running a lot. I'm not saying you're losing muscle mass, but you're not as big and bulky as you are throughout the season.
But you're in shape, right?
Right, yeah. You got to do your 16 110s. You got to do all your, cross corner sprints and so forth.
I'm not doing sprints anymore.
Oh, no,
the word sprint gives me chills. Like, oh no.
It makes your stomach go in a knot.
Not chills in a good way. So I don't like that. But yeah, people win on the text line 615-737-1025 about the travel ball and everything. And look, I don't have a kid in travel ball. So but I have friends who have and they're exhausted. They are absolutely exhausted. And y'all go in these and you win these rings and these kids. What's great? Winning is winning. I don't care where you are. But man, I mean, when you got parents weighing in, and here's my problem. I don't like it when an 11-year-old kid's throwing a curveball. Not a fan. I'm not a fan of that. And when do you throw a curveball? I don't know, but I know it's not 11 years old. I don't like kids throwing a curveball.
Probably.
Does it screw your arm up? Somebody could let us know. I don't know. I mean, I've heard it does.
Probably 13, 14 years old is when you should start throwing off-speed pitches. That's kind of when I started throwing them. But no, 11 years old, still pretty young. I mean, depends on the development of the kid, obviously. If the kid is, 5'11", 180 pounds as an 11-year-old, that's a big kid. Yeah, let him start throwing a little bit of some junk if you want to.
I don't know, but I've heard like it's not good to start throwing the sliders and whatever.
No, it
all
messes up that UCL in your elbow, right?
Wrong guy here. I have no idea.
I'm saying
I'm just pure heat, man. I'm gonna just gap.
That was it.
I don't know what that means.
4-seam fastball is where you kind of grip it like this.
So what does it do differently than a 2-seam?
Well, 2-seam kind of veers off a little bit, almost like a slider. Like 2-seam for me, when I threw it, would always go inside the strike zone. Like go from middle of the strike zone, veer off to the right.
Okay.
So
what does a 2-seam do?
That's the 2-seam.
What's a 4-seam?
4-seam just right down the middle. That's your fastball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Change up, circle change. You hold it like this, and you throw it, and it's just has the same approach as a fastball, but a lot slower.
I did a batting cage one time, and it was 96 miles an hour. Look, man, I tipped 1 out of 20. Tipped it.
You're like that scene out of Benchwarmers with David Spade. I tipped it. He goes,
right.
You're still out.
Right. So I can only imagine when you're facing like a Roger Clemens who's throwing that at 96, 98, and it's bending every which way.
That's why I love Paul Skeens so much. He has like 6 different pitches from the same release point. Obviously, he's not having a great year, but that means to show you something. That
why is he not having a good year?
I think it's the volume of pitches that he's going deep into innings. And I mean, his Cy Young year last year, he was 1-2-3, 1-2-3. I think his pitch selection was a lot more, I would say, direct. When I mean direct, I mean he knew what he wanted to throw. Whereas this year, I think he's more in his head. So if he's trying to throw his little splinker, or if he's trying to throw a changeup, he's kind of second guessing that, in my opinion.
How's our man Sonny Gray doing for the Red Sox?
Oh, Sonny Gray is once again.
Every time I see a box score, it's like 6 innings, 5 hits, no runs, 8 strikeouts.
I mean, he's 15-3 on the season.
Is he?
2.65 ERA.
Why was he not in the All-Star game?
It's a great question. I think he was an alternate, if I'm not mistaken.
He's 15-3.
Yeah, he is 15-3. 2.65 ERA, 117 strikeouts, a 1.15 whip. So, I mean, this guy is just.
Where are the Red Sox in the standings right now?
I believe the Red Sox are in a playoff position. Let me double check on that real quick. Let's see. Looking at.
Love our local boys, man. Smyrna High School, Vandy boy.
Yeah, you're right. And let's see your standings. The Boston Red Sox are 3rd in the American League East. They're 7.5 back. But as for the wild card race, they are in the second wild card spot.
Are they? How many wins they got?
68. They're 68-58. 10 games.
So Sonny is responsible for about 22% of their wins.
Yeah.
Love it, man.
He's just killing it.
And you Cardinals gave up on him.
Well, the Cardinals are going through a different transition in their franchise.
Oh, what, losing?
No, they're basically making sure the books is at its lowest point possible. So when they have the lockout, they don't have to work on certain contracts, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Hein Bloom is the man. He is the man. He is president of baseball operations. And now the Cardinals not only have the 18th farm system anymore,
right?
It's now the 2nd in Major League Baseball.
What about Judy Bloom? Is she related to him? Do you know who Judy Bloom is?
I don't.
It's a children's author. Wrote a lot of good children's books back in the day.
Like the Junie B. Jones books?
I think better, but okay. Judy Bloom. She lives in Key West.
Oh, really?
I ran into her in Key West.
Do you think she knows Dr. Seuss?
Probably. I hope she knows Dr. Crane, because today's Dr. Crane's birthday.
You're too kind. You stop it.
By the way, thank you, Sonda, for bringing an ice cream. And we had about 5 others that weighed in. We're going to bring. Thank you all for listening every day.
Yes, thank you, Sonda. I really appreciate it.
Special day for Dr. Crane on his birthday.
Yep, 28, man.
28. What do you want the Titans to bring you for your birthday this year? 14-3,
9 wins.
Would we lose our mind if that team went 14-3? I think we would.
I think there'd be a lot of fans saying, "All right, Super Bowl, here we come." Like if they don't win it this year, next year's like, "Oh, Super Bowl, here we come."
I think a lot of us would be alternate reality.
Oh yeah,
for that team to go 14-3. Can you imagine
that if they go 14-2, it tells me Nick Singleton knows how to pass block after watching week 1 getting blown up.
Terrible.
It seems like Pat Coogan would be the center at that point. Fernando Carmona is like in a pro bowling guard in some sense. It seems like JC Latham has figured it out when you're saying a 14-3 team. Maybe the Walmart greeter Dan Moore Jr. is actually pretty good.
Average. It's got to be average.
Just be average. And then Kevin Winston, obviously, the young core in the defense. Yeah, it tells me.
All right.
It also tells me Cordero Flott is not a bust.
All right, let's take a break back.
Sure.
A break. Let's take a break. When we come back, what would it take for this team to go 14-3? Let us know on the text line, 615-737-1020. But let's have some fun with this. What would it take for the Titans to go 14-3?
Good Lord.
Let
You're
us
really
know.
shooting for the stars here, Joe.
Right here. This is the Jason Big Joe show right here, 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe show right here, 102.5 The Game, brought to you by the Omni Nashville Hotel. We'll be down at the Omni tomorrow for our show at Bar Lines, so stop by and say hi. And they got a big songwriter event happening tonight at Bar Lines, also from 5 to 8, so stop by and see some of the best singer-songwriters in the Music City tonight from 5 to 8. It's all free, and the place is awesome down there. We love our good friends down at the Omni Nashville Hotel. Let me get the right reading for it. Here it is. My computer somehow wants to play attack against me today, and I'm not going for that.
Gotcha.
All right, let's see. Right? It's just crazy how we get so mad at technology where 100 years ago, they're like, huh? What was going on there? It is called If This Bar Could Talk, Song Stories from Bar Lines featuring Jamie Adamson, Anthony Billups, your favorite Dr. Graham, Bill O'Hanlon, Julia Adrian, Seth Hall, Callie Young, Curtis John, White Edmondson. This Bar Could Talk. Omni Bar, it's free. It's free, and some of the best songwriters from 5 to 8.
I was out there, I think it was when Liverpool was in town, and I was doing some, stuff with the Liverpool team for content, whatever. And I went down to Bar Lines right after. I was like, I'm hungry. I stopped by If This Bar Could Talk, and I'll be darned, Joe.
Packed, right?
It was
good
packed.
Times.
I had a nice burger sitting there. I mean, tell me, what makes the Omni so great?
You?
I mean, talking about Bar Lines.
It smells good.
It does.
I told Todd all the time, the Omni smells perfect. It's like you're important, even though I'm not important, but you're important when you're there.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I think it's the brick, something about the brick. It makes you feel at home.
Makes you feel good there. All right. So our question was, what would it take for the Titans to go 14-3? Few responses we cannot read. That's okay. We know where your heart is. What do we have on our text line? 615-737-1025.
We got one. 3251 says, if we go 14-3, Amy would still find a reason to fire somebody. Who would be fired if that's the case? 14-3?
Nobody gets fired.
I know, but I'm just saying, just play along with the text here. Who would you choose?
Oh, that's a great. I don't know. I don't want anybody fired.
I know. It's such a successful season.
Right.
If that would
Let's
be
just celebrate. Let's celebrate not firing somebody.
Yeah.
I would like that. 14-3. What else we got?
We have some other people weighing in on the travel ball as well. The travel ball thing is just really taken off, Joe. People are mad about that. Let's see. It says here. Let's see. Let's see. I'm rolling down here. Somebody that cannot read. Here we go. It says they would. Oh no, never mind. Yeah, there's just a lot of travel ball conversations here, Joe. People are really upset about the whole travel ball thing.
That's okay. I need a 14. What do you think? 14-3.
What do I think should happen?
Yeah, I mean, how do you think it happens 14-3?
Oh,
in the back of your mind, there's nowhere in your head you think this team goes 14-3, right?
No,
nowhere. No scene, no scenario.
Ceiling is 10. Ceiling is 10 for me for the wins. I've said it, 10-6 or 10-7.
But what would have to go right to go 14-3? Honestly.
I mean,
every other team in the league quarterback gets injured?
No, I think you beat the Jets. I think you catch the the Eagles at the right time where you can beat them. You're 2-0. Giants, if they can kind of fall apart a little bit, I don't think they can.
Well, the Giants thing to me is like, all right, this is for Brian Dable. We're going back home. This is for him.
Yeah, and you have Brian Callahan, who's also on the Giants staff. It's a battle of the coaching staffs. This obviously rings more true than Dable than anybody.
Every year the Titans win a game on the road they shouldn't win. Mm-hmm. You know, I think we put that aside during Callahan's tenure when he was here.
Right.
But that is the Baltimore Ravens the fourth game?
It is. Yes, it is.
That's up in Ball. That's a game Titans win.
Okay.
Just out of the blue. Titans win that game.
My question to you is, Joe, out of those 3 losses and those 14 wins, what are the 3 losses?
Oh, for this year?
Yeah, if the Titans were to theoretically go 14-3, what are those 3 losses on that schedule?
Jacksonville, Houston, and let's see. I don't know.
Let me read off some of the non-conference in the NFC. That would be the Cowboys, the Lions, and the Commanders.
Where is the Commanders game? That's here.
At home, yes.
Okay.
Lions is away.
Again?
Yeah.
Maybe
and
that
the Cowboys are away.
What other non-conference?
Let's see. In the NFC, the Eagles in week 2.
Okay.
Some that are outside the AFC South, you have the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, that might be. The Steelers is the last game.
And the Raiders.
The Raiders be easy. It's out there.
Okay.
Don't worry about them.
All right.
Maybe the Bengals if Burrow is clicking all cylinders.
You got to pick 3. If they're going 14-3, you got to pick 3 of those.
So Bengals, Texans, and Jags. Texans and Jags on the roads. Bengals.
Wow. So you think they'd beat the Lions? I don't think
this happens.
Well,
I really feel like I've been doing drugs all day. I don't think that they go 14-3 at all. But it'd be fun though, right? Would it not be fun?
It would be a blast
if this team went 14-3.
I mean, it would kind of nullify the conversations, or basically nullify the last year and a half under Brian Callahan. It would just say, "Oh, that's in the wash. You can finally move on." To know
if they go 14-3, this Cam has to be elite, right?
Yes, but also if they go 14-3, no, I take it back. No, he doesn't have to be elite. He can just be, like we talked about earlier with a guy like Trent Dilfer, just an average quarterback. That defense carried him all the way to the Super Bowl. I think Cam.
I think he's got to be better than
yes,
average.
I think he has to be better than average. He has to be better than a guy like Trent Dilfer, but he doesn't have to be, Patrick Mahomes, because I really do hate, and I mentioned this to you yesterday during one of the breaks. I hate how, when Cam Ward was going into the NFL draft and there were those charts of, Cam's strengths and weaknesses, and then there were the strengths and weaknesses of Mahomes. I did not like how they were compared to each other because they were almost identical. Let's stop comparing a Mahomes and Cam Ward. I get Cam Ward can throw the sidearm. I know that's flashy. Let's throw that out the window of, pun intended, of comparing him to Mahomes. It doesn't work. It doesn't.
Well, I need to see you win a Super Bowl first.
Exactly.
Then I'll compare you to Patrick Mahomes.
No, I'm just saying for the scouting aspect of the player. That's what I saw throughout the drafting process of, his strengths are this, his strengths are that, his weaknesses resemble this for Patrick Mahomes. I just didn't appreciate that.
I mean, it'd be great if they go, but man, the secondary concerns me. Cam concerns me a little bit. Offensive line still there's still a lot of questions that are out there. But again, it happens. I've talked a lot about the 98, 99 Rams. 98 Rams were awful. 99 Rams win the Super Bowl. You could happen.
Chad on the text line says the only way the Titans win 14 games is if there are 14 meteors that hit the ground.
I thought they win 14 games and they'll do it in 5 years total and all that. But look, I'd love it, man. When I was in TV in 2008, when they were rolling through and we were so excited, we're going to Tampa for the Super Bowl. They'll beat the Ravens. They'll get an AFC championship game here at home. They'll beat whomever. And they'll go, and then Derek Mason had to catch a little touchdown in the end zone, and they had to twist Chris Johnson's ankle, and then
I was at that game.
Algie Krempler fumbles on the 5-yard line going in, and then the Ravens win.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but did the Titans not have the same play happen on 3rd and 4th down to end the game? Wasn't it like a seam route up the middle?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I was so mad that I wasn't going to Tampa for a week.
Yeah.
I was not happy. I think the most devastating losses at Nissan Stadium, and we'll get into all this as the season progresses and we say goodbye to Nissan Stadium, but it's the Ravens in 2000, the Ravens in the playoff game, and the Ravens 2008 season. I mean, those two games are at the top as far as most devastating, crushing losses at Nissan Stadium.
I mean, I'd have to agree, especially the one 08, because I was there. I lived it. That's the thing. 2000, I was too young. I didn't.
Oh, happy birthday, buddy.
Oh, gee, thanks.
2000, when Ray Lewis ripped the ball out of Eddie George's hands.
Yep.
That ended. That was tough. That was really tough because everybody thought the Titans were going to win that game, and then Ravens played their tails off, and Ray Lewis took the ball from Eddie George and ran down the field for a touchdown. All right, we'll take a break. Come back. John McClain will join us, our friend. He knows all things. I love talking to John. All that history with him is fantastic. So John McClain is next.
Potentially Last Supper. Potentially, I don't know.
Yeah, right. I'm hungry too.
Just had some of the cake.
Yeah, by the way, happy birthday to you with the cake.
All right. And
thank you, Sonda, for bringing the cake. And thanks for all the listeners who chimed in like, we'll bring you a cake.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Feels good, dude. Happy birthday, buddy. What are you doing tonight for your birthday?
Just bought some steaks and just eating them at the house. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I don't like to really celebrate my birthday, man. I just like to do it at home.
Stop it.
I'm serious. I'm being honest.
It's your day.
Yeah, that's fine. Well,
what's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Leo.
Yeah. DiCaprio.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, we'll take a break. Come back. This is the Chase and Big Joe Show, 102.5. By the way, how did we win any award with this nonsense? I don't get it. All right, Brando, take it away.
Final hour of the Chase and Big Joe show, 102.5 The Game. Big Joe Dubin, Brandon Bixby behind the glass, myself, Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier, and now joining us, Houston's very own, finest, John McClain. John, how are you today, man?
Nick and Joe, I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. Saw you were out at a practice or two a couple days ago and was sitting next to Gary Kubiak. How was that?
Yeah, it was weird seeing Gary wearing all black. I told him, I said, I'd like to tell you, you look good in black, but you don't. He, of course, was there seeing his son, Clint, who's the new coach for the Raiders. And Gary spends a lot of time, because everybody respects him so much, with the Raiders, with the 49ers, where his second son, Clay, is the offensive coordinator. And I expect to be head coach next year. And his third son, Klein, is in the personnel department with the Cowboys. And I expect him someday to be a general manager. But I think he needs to get away from the Cowboys, because if you follow the Cowboys, you think there's only three people that do all their personnel: Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, and Will McClay. You never hear about anybody else. But I was excited to see Fernando Mendoza. I was excited to watch Clint Kubiak with his first head coaching job. Texans suffered a serious loss. Their second-year wide receiver, Jaden Higgins, who is their number 2 receiver, who throughout the offseason we've been writing and broadcasting about him being the most improved player on the team. And he was in the back of the end zone. He went down. He clutched his knee. Everybody panicked, but then he got up, walked off, no limp. And then it comes out today he's got a torn ACL. So anyway, everybody's going to lose players, of course. And that just makes C.J. Stroud's job that much harder.
Yeah, when it comes to that wide receiver room in Houston, John, real quick, you mentioned Jaden Higgins, the ACL there. Obviously, Tank Dell coming back from those multiple injuries he had, last season or a season ago?
2 years ago.
How does that all play out now? Like, are they going to go to the market to find a wide receiver, or are they going to kind of roll with what they have?
Well, Tank Dell's not ready. He's been out there, but he hasn't taken part in contact. I think he will start the season on physically unable to perform, because he just hadn't been able to do anything. You can't have him taking up space if he's not going to play. And they have a couple of young receivers, Lewis Bond from Boston College, and they have a veteran who's been on the practice squad a couple of years named Jared Wayne. Those guys have looked real good, but if you're going to be on the roster, you got to be able to play. And I don't think Dell is going to be able to play because he hasn't taken any hits. So what you'll have now, their first game, they'll have Nico Collins, Jalen Knowles, second-year receiver who missed most of camp with a broken finger. He'll be the slot receiver. The other wide will be a guy going into his fourth year, Xavier Hutchinson, and then they'll have to find a fourth one. They have several candidates. But instead of looking for retreads who are out there on the open market because they're mad or they didn't get their money or they're injured, I'd consider finding a team that's going to cut a receiver that you like and offer them a 6th or 7th round draft choice. So that way they get something out of it and find another receiver that way.
Yeah, that kind of brings me to the Tennessee Titans in this case. Obviously, the Titans, it seems like they'll probably hold on to 6 receivers. And Bryce Oliver, from what we've seen and heard online, seems like he's got that spot. One of the players the Titans signed this past offseason was KJ Osborne, who's had some opportunities with Minnesota, New England, and even so forth, some other teams. I mean, could that be a potential opportunity for a guy like Nick Caserio to maybe even make a 7th round trade and or just wait?
I don't know, because if you wait to see who's cut, then you might have 4 teams. You might claim them, and you're claiming way at the bottom, and a team claiming higher, like the Raiders. The Raiders have the first pick on waived players, and that is going to – I told people at this joint practice, you're going to see a couple of these guys playing on the Raiders roster because their weaknesses are the Texans' strength. And if you give a 6 or 7 for a player, you're guaranteed of getting him. And there's no way you're guaranteed of getting him any other way, especially if you're coming off a good record and you are low on the totem pole for claiming players.
We're talking to John McClain on the Chase and Big Joe show. John, I know that the Vegas is in town to take on Houston. I've seen the video of Brady walking around there. What do you think Brady's – I know he's like minority owner, but Do you think he has just a really strong saying of how this Raiders team is operated?
I think they asked his opinion. Mark Davis, the owner, is smart to stay out of it now. And John Spytek is the general manager. And John Spytek, he was with Gary Kubiak and Clint Kubiak when they won the Super Bowl 50 in Denver. And then Spytek was in Tampa when the Buccaneers won their last Super Bowl with Brady. So Spytek, from everything I'm told, he runs big decisions by Brady and Mark Davis, big ones. He wants to know what Brady thinks about players, as was a smart thing to do. But Brady doesn't say, hey, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. He could say, I think you should do this. It's like a lot of the media, they want to see Fernando Mendoza. They don't want to see Kirk Cousins.
Right.
And one of them was saying the only way you get better is by playing. I said, well, then how do you explain Brady? Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Tony Romo. There's all kind of quarterbacks who didn't play right away who were great. And Mahomes played the last game of his rookie year in 17. He won. They liked him enough to trade Alex Smith, and then they won a Super Bowl. So everybody's different. It also depends on who you have on your roster. They've tried to do a good job on rebuilding their offensive line, but they'd be stupid to put Mendoza out there, and it's going to be Clint Kubiak's decision. He's a longtime assistant coach, offensive coordinator, quarterback coach. When he says the time's right, he will consult them, and then they'll do it. They won't. I don't think it'll be their bye week. That's late in the year.
Right.
But I would think, and Kirk Cousins has got to know this, Cousins and Kubiak were together 3 years in Minnesota. He knows he's destined to have another team next year. And while he continues to try to be the player that makes more money than any player in history, Matthew Stafford's number one right now. And he's a great team guy. He's a really good mentor for Mendoza. And I liked everything about Mendoza, especially his interview with the press afterward. I listened to the questions. I listened to his answers. I listened to him, the way he dealt with the media. I watched him on the sideline pregame while he was not in the lineup. He's got a great personality, and people gravitate to him. As soon as he walked up to the media, he started cutting up with them. And the first question was about the pick six, and boy, he took the blame. A good quarterback, this is something Cam Ward needs to know if he doesn't already. It doesn't matter if the receiver ran a terrible route. It doesn't matter if the receiver had the ball right in his hands. Interceptions are one person's fault, and that's it. That is the quarterback. Even if we can see something clearly, he has to take the blame. It'll help him become a leader. His teammates will respect him so much. One that I covered that was better than anybody like that was Warren Moon. Like one time he had 5 interceptions. 3 of them weren't his fault. And afterward he was talking about those interceptions as his fault. I was like, wait a minute. 3 of them weren't your fault. And yeah, we got in a little argument. He said, yes, they were my fault. I could have put the ball in a better place. And I'm like, yeah, you could have thrown it a half inch better and it wouldn't have gone in and out of his hands.
Quarterback coach John McClain has a good ring to it, John. I like that with you talking about that.
I'd rather be owner John McClain or assistant owner John McClain.
Oh, I like that. We're gonna go old school with this about Tom Brady. You remember, I grew up on Frank Broyles calling college football games with Keith Jackson. Frank Broyles was the athletic director at Arkansas at the time, right? It just seems crazy with that. And Brady still has this access as a part owner of the Raiders to call these games. If it had been anybody else, John, I don't think they would have gone for it. It still blows my mind that Brady gets that quote unquote access to the other teams as a commentator on Fox.
Well, first year, he didn't. He had a lot of restrictions. Now, people in the meetings could record everything and send it to him. And Troy Aikman I thought Aikman did a really stupid thing when he did an interview with Clarence Hill in Dallas about he has inside information for the Dolphins from those meetings. And I'm like, you don't want to advertise it. Now, he's got some restrictions on him. The thing about Brady, I still can't believe is $375 million. Would he have walked away for $350 if his agent said, "Well, we want $350 million"? Nope, he's not going to do it. Or we'll pay him $30 million a year instead of 37.5. Nope, he's not going to do it. I always wondered how they arrived at those numbers, but in this case, Brady is a great resource, just like Peyton Manning. You know, Peyton would be a great resource. Peyton probably doesn't have time to do that. But if I was a team and I wanted a consultant who'd been a great quarterback, nobody watched more film and tape than Peyton. I'd jump on Peyton, but he might want $475 million because he's a little busy.
Right.
We're on the line with John McClain. We'll have more with him on the other side right here on the Jason McJoe Show on 102.5 The Game. Back here on the Chase and Big Joe Show, 102.5 The Game, we have on the great John McClain. John, Titans making some news, according to Jordan Schultz, signing a one-year deal with running back Dearness Johnson. Dearness Johnson having 1,000 yards career, or excuse me, over 1,000 career rushing yards, 50 catches, 400 yards receiving. I'm kind of intrigued by this a little bit because Robert Saleh's kind of talked about Michael Carter and Nick Singleton, their newest draftee, along with Tony Pollard, Tajay Spears. It's a congested running back room. Is this signs of the bat signal going off saying they need help at running back for pass protection, or is this more of just adding more competition to light a fire under a current running back on that roster?
Well, time's running out for that competition. The people that they start in their second preseason game, that's who they're going to be starting in the regular season. The coaches know what they're doing. Could be somebody's nicked up that we don't know about. Could be somebody they're worried about. Could be just somebody they've seen have a good game against one of Saleh's defenses. Bergonzi saw him somewhere. And that's what you do. It doesn't cost any money to do that right now. But most of the guys you've seen claim right now are signed are going to be gone in that cutback when they do the big one the week before the season.
Yeah, and adding that probably a little bit some special teams as well. I mean, obviously you have Bones Fossil as your special teams coordinator. There's definitely these preseason games are meant for those type of moments to make a roster spot from special teams and punt and kickoffs. Another thing I wanted to ask you about is just overall with the Titans. It seems like Robert Saleh is starting to adjust to this Titans culture, building his own culture. Are you concerned at all by the amount of snaps that this offense and defense is getting for the Titans early on in the preseason?
I think that's to be expected. Anytime you have a new coach and new coordinators, everything is new. They got to experiment. And it's kind of like shuffling a couple of decks of cards. You just have to do it and hope that it comes out the way you want it to when you're drawing. And so I think anything they do right now, there's going to be constant changes made on that team as they look to get the right pieces that fit what they're doing on both sides of the ball and on special teams. And you're right about the running back. Any decision you make on personnel right now, other than obviously quarterback, special teams has to be taken into account.
Yeah, and going up against Seattle this Sunday night for the Tennessee Titans, that's a Super Bowl winning defense for a rookie quarterback like Cam Ward. You kind of alluded to it last segment, but what do Titans fans need to see from a young quarterback like Cam Ward on Sunday night?
Improvement. You want a noticeable improvement. You want to go, oh, okay, all right, I got it. He's played better than he played in that first game. You don't want to see another one like the first game. But let's be honest, the Titans were really bad last year, and the Seahawks were the best team in the NFL. And the Seahawks, it depends on how Mike McDonald handles it. I'm guessing he's going to put the starters out there for a little bit. And no matter who Ward goes up against, you just want to see progress. You want to see reads. You want to see anticipation, recognizing where a safety has moved, the blitz coming off the slot, hit the hot receiver, assuming the receiver knows he's hot. Just improvement each time he's on the field.
Amen to that. John McClain is with us here on the Chase and Big Joe Show. John, I know it happens every year, but it just seems like more and more injuries in camp. You spoke earlier about Jaden Higgins being out. I mean, Alvin Kamara is out for a month. The Chargers have lost their center now for an indefinite period of time, and on and on and on. We deal with this every year, every training camp, but you see someday that they're going to pull way back and say, look, we're going to do just on the off the side over here. When game starts, we'll go. I just think there's going to be a point, John, where they'll be like, hey, enough is enough of these injuries. Maybe we should scale back. But then again, I think that's wrong. I don't know what's going to happen with all this.
Nobody knows. D'Amico Ryans is to see who's going to play as starters in this game a little bit. That's what he usually has done. And that's what he told us after the joint practice with the Raiders. But after the Jaden Higgins injury, he's not. They said they got enough out of the joint practice, and I think you just, you cringe when and it's reality. That's not going to be the last, the first, but not going to be the last. But sometimes I think coaches are overly careful. The older players that I talk to are amazed that they didn't have more injuries per capita than the players today do, because everything is so much different. And sometimes it could be the turf, sometimes it's just bad luck. And I always feel terrible. Injuries are part of the game. Yes, they are. And usually it's the survival of the fittest, like the Seahawks. They were able to overcome a few injuries last year. And the Super Bowl winner this year is going to have injuries. They just always do. And it's just something, if they get hurt, you hope they come back, or you got somebody they can do a reasonable impersonation. I believe, Joe, there's a study being done by spearheaded by a longtime NFL historian who retired a couple of years ago, and he is trying to come up with something that shows injuries compared to 60s, 70s, and 80s compared to injuries in the 2000s, and since rules are changed. And also back then, I think a lot of players just played hurt. Guys played with concussions. I know that.
Right.
And that's why they were able to stay on the field longer. But in terms of long-time health benefits, that was not good.
I remember Whitey Herzog saying back in the 80s, the reason people are getting hurt because they started eating healthy. And it made me laugh at the time. But then I was like, you know what? Maybe he's got a good point where the guy is just, they eat steak and hamburgers and everything. But look, it's all cyclical. But, you feel terrible. Like, I knew the coach who recruited Jayden Higgins out of high school, loved that young man. And then when you see that he's out for the season, that just hits you hard and differently like that. And you just feel bad for these guys.
Breakfast of champions used to be the rookies had to go to McDonald's and load up and bring it back, and that was the breakfast. Lunches, you go to some Burger King and load up. They didn't, some of them, I guess, probably ate healthy, maybe brought their own meals, but it was nothing like it is today. And based on what great shape they're in, all the great medical knowledge they have, the great rehab people they have, and the facilities and the fields and everything, it's amazing. I mean, you get hurt.
Yeah, there's, I guess, not that many steak and eggs being handed out from time to time at practice.
No more. You get tased if you ate junk like that.
John, when it comes to the season, everybody kind of gets that itch, like football's finally coming back. You got high school football Friday. You have college football coming back on Saturday next week. And then obviously the NFL returns on Sundays for sure. I mean, what are you expecting for the opening week of the NFL, especially the first game was the Rams and 49ers out there in Melbourne, Australia?
High scoring, poor tackling, because teams don't get to practice tackling until they get to camp. By then, most of them don't tackle people to the ground like you do during a game. So I think you'll see that teams will be better at that as the season goes on. And there will be more injuries when we'll go, oh, no, how are they going to overcome that? But somehow they do. Remember the Chargers last year? They lost both starting offensive tackles.
Oh, yeah.
And they still were really good. Now they've lost Biage, and he's down. He may be for the season. Their center for Justin Herbert. He was a big free agent signing. But somehow good coaches, good staffs, good personnel departments, they're able to overcome.
Yeah, one more for you, John. When it comes to the officiating in the NFL this upcoming season, there's been a little bit of some inconsistencies throughout the preseason. Should that be some form of concern for the product itself going into week one?
Nick, there's always concern about officiating. First time somebody sees a bad call, oh, they need to hire officials full time. Those guys spend every waking hour on being NFL officials. If you're a lawyer, you're not going to court or something. You're taking a leave where you can focus. It is really almost counting travel, a 7-day-a-week job, and it wouldn't do anything except get them more money. They make a lot of money now, but yeah, nobody. Have you ever seen anybody go, man, the officiating in the NFL or college football or the NBA, WNBA, umpiring, boy, it's great.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see that often. You're right. John McClain with this from Houston. Before we let you go, John, 63 and 63 for the American League West, and it looks like a triple crown winner incoming for a guy in Yordan Alvarez.
Boy, you know how to ruin a good show, Nick. You just ruined it. The Astros suck. I'll be out there Friday night sitting on the second row behind home plate because a friend of mine gave me his tickets. and I didn't want to go because I'm so mad at them. The AL stinks. The NL is great. There's probably 6 or 7 teams in the National League better than anything the American League has to offer.
Well, that's all right. Just enjoy a nice 9-inning ball game. No worries about that. We appreciate your time as always, John. We'll talk to you next week.
Meg and Joe, thank you guys very much as always.
Always good to talk to him. Robert Saleh spoke, and he said a few things about a few injured players that I found very interesting.
Ooh.
We'll come back with what Robert Saleh had to say after practice today with the Titans as they get ready for the Seahawks joint practice on Friday and the big game Sunday night over at Nissan Stadium. Back with more right here at Chase and Big Joe Show, 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe show right here, 102.5 The Game, brought to you by the Omni Nashville Hotel. We'll be at Bar Lines tomorrow from 12 to 3. Come down and say hi and hang out with us. We love to see you. Happy birthday to Dr. Crane.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sonda, for bringing the ice cream cake over here. And thanks to the listeners who all offered to bring you cake today. It's got to feel good about yourself, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I'm not a big.
Just say thank you.
I did. I said thank you, Sonda. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You Belle Meade people are all the same.
Boy.
Think the world owes you everything.
Here we go again. I have no affiliation to Belle Meade, folks. Just PSA.
So why does your license plate on the front of your car say the Fresh Prince of Belle Meade?
It doesn't. But if you want to,
Brando, are we wrong on this? We're not, are we?
I mean, hey. If no one's saying they haven't seen it.
Right. Exactly.
I'm confirming it's not a thing. All right, whatever. Hey.
Yeah. So where are you going to eat tonight? Some wine store over there, some highfalutin store in Belle Meade. What is it?
Public State.
Hanging out with Al Gore.
No.
Over there. Hello, I'm Al Gore. All right. And Robert Saleh spoke after practice today, and there were some injured guys, a little concern there. And Brando, I believe we have Robert Saleh talking about the injury report.
Carnell had nothing to do with the hit that he took the other day. Woke up feeling some lower half stiffness. Hopefully we get him back on Friday. Nothing to be concerned about. Other than that, we're evaluating a couple of guys for some injuries. I know Keldrick came out there in that 2-minute drive or that move the ball drive. He's getting evaluated for a shoulder. We think it's just a stinger, but we'll know more tomorrow.
How's Mark?
What's that?
How's Mark?
He was good. He went through some practice. He feels good. Was active. He came out clean.
So there you go from Robert Saleh. By the way, can we move your massive charger computer?
Ahead. Take it out. So she said.
Your charger's bigger than you and your computer.
Thank you.
Why is this thing so large? Forget it. Good Lord. Don't do it, Brando. Don't make the drop. I'll come back in there. But why is your charger so gigantic?
You tell me. You tell me, man. It's normal size to me.
No, it's not. That's a normal size chart I put in there. Anyway, Ron, any concerning news from Robert Saleh to you?
No, I mean, hearing the whole Carnell Tate thing, it's not pertained to the injury. I take that with kind of a grain of salt a little bit. I mean, there has to be some factor into that because if he doesn't have the hit, he's probably still out there on the field a little bit.
Okay.
But that's just me. I could be wrong about that.
He's got a comment here about, I'm trying to find this, where it says about establish an idea. Okay, here it is. It says what he wants the message heading into the Seattle game. And look, if you love football and you love the Titans, you want to hear this from your head coach. Last year, Brian Coleman, we're just trying to get better, maybe blah, blah, blah. This is Robert Saleh's message heading to the Seattle game to the team. The message last week was try to establish the identity of violence. And I know that may not seem like from the sideline until you get to the tape. I do feel like both the O-line and D-line really handled the line of scrimmage all week last week, especially in the run game, and the expectations that we continue to try to establish our identity and who we're going to be. The message last time was try to establish the identity of violence. I love to hear that from a football coach because we don't hear that anymore. It's like, hey, let's get through the day and all that other stuff. I want to be violent, and I think this is great.
I don't want to be the party pooper, okay? I love hearing that as well. We come from that football background. It's great.
Right?
It's good to have that baseline. But at the same time, when you want to establish the violence and being fast, you got to see it on the field.
He says, I know that it may not seem like it from the sideline until you get to the tape. I do feel like we saw that.
Okay, to their perspective, sure.
He's talking about the line. If
that's
you're talking about Cam Ward missing out routes, to me, that's not violence.
No, I'm not talking about the offense. I'm talking defensively. That's fine. But what I saw from Cordell Flott, that was not violence. That was some separation.
I don't want my cornerback to be violent. I want him to cover his guy. I want my front seven to be absolutely violent.
You don't want your cornerback to be handsy where he's not getting a PI call on him. You don't want him to be aggressive.
Not at all.
You don't want your cornerback to be aggressive.
In today's NFL, you're aggressive, you get called a penalty. Just cover your guy.
So within 5 yards, you don't want the cornerback not even in smelling distance of the wide receiver.
Some, but I don't need that level of violence that I need from the front seven. Now, your strong safety, he could be violent. I don't mind that. But I need my corners to cover their guy. That's it.
Look, the first 5 yards, and even Derek Mason can probably tell you this. The first 5 yards in a route.
What's he done?
I don't know, play in the NFL.
We love Derek Mason.
No, I really do think the first 5 yards and the beginning of the route is what makes or breaks the play. I mean, if you have a cornerback that can get a hand on the wide receiver and push him off his route a little bit, that gives the extra time for that defensive line to go out to the quarterback and pressure him, which is the fast and violent approach Robert Saleh wants. If you don't have a cornerback doing that, guess what? You're going to see what happened to Cordell Flott the other day on
I do.
I understand.
I need your front four to be violent. I need your linebackers that when you get the ball, they want to take your soul when they hit you. We need that.
My biggest issue I have with this defense Robert Saleh wants to, establish here in Nashville is when there's enough pressure to the quarterback and then you have the offense on the other side of the ball, they just bloop the little screen over the top. That's what I'm worried about. If there's too much pressure in some cases, because he even mentioned it in the blue and white game, the scrimmage at Nissan, like that is a fault in the defense, but hopefully that doesn't happen. I just think it's a little bit of a concern.
Well, I think feeding your subconscious, seeing yourself succeeding, being violent, I think that's all part of the psychological part of the football game, which I love. But I like hearing that coach do that. We're going to disagree about the cornerbacks.
It's a direction. I'll agree with this. Like, it is a direction the coach is trying to establish for the defensive culture. 100%. I really do think there needs to be a little bit of an aggressiveness to the cornerback position, to me.
Well, I'd love to hear, maybe we can ask Derek Mason this later on, but if Derek Mason, great receiver, knows that the cornerback is being extremely over-aggressive, I think a receiver like Derek Mason would love that, because then
double move.
Then I'm taking you out of your game mentally, because you're so worried about. It's like, all right, I'll make it 2 moves, and you're so worried about being violent and not worried about covering me. I'll beat you every round.
Well, no,
I like that.
I agree, but like, if you're a cornerback in this league like Cordell Flott, who should, obviously he's young. Don't get me wrong, young cornerback, paid him good money, come from New York to Tennessee,
right?
But that's something that I think needs to be established to where he needs to pick and choose his battles. And I think that's something that was exploited against the 49ers this past weekend.
Are we hypocrites when it comes to Cordell Flott and Cam Ward? Like Cam Ward, it's kind of like, what are you doing out there? And Flott messes up. Or like, it's just a preseason game.
Yeah,
this is why I hate the preseason.
I agree. It creates that over-exaggeration. Don't get me wrong. It does create that over-exaggeration. But at the same time, it's the only thing that Titans fans on television, when they're watching every other Sunday or every other week, that they can get something off of, another talking point.
Right.
That's the only thing we see. But again, we're not. I know I'm not out of practice. I know you're not out of practice, so you can't really see the day-to-day of the practice.
We all went through it. Any level of football, high school, college, or the pros. There are days you go out there and you're like, I don't feel like practicing.
Sure.
Right. And a lot of those come when it's 98 degrees and it's the middle of the week practices. And I get all that. So as long as they're prepared for September the 13th to beat the snot out of the Jets, I'm just going to think positive they beat the Jets, because I don't want to think what happens if they lose to the Jets on that Sunday.
That would not be a good day.
It's not. It sets up for an awful, awful year.
Honoring one of the greatest running backs in franchise history. You have to win that game. Also, the Robert Saleh revenge game against the Jets. You have to.
Oh, that's going to be fun. All right, we'll come back. Celebrity birthdays. What day is it? This is your show, the Chase and Big Joe Show, 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back to the Chase of Big Joe Show, the final segment here at 102.5 The Game. A real sports show comes for you next. DVD we'll take you to 3 to 6, and then the 6, right, with Connor Newt. Are you on that tonight?
I am. From
on
6
your
to
birthday?
7. Yeah.
You're on your birthday. You're going to hang out on the 6.
Yeah, man. I can't leave a man behind.
Big fan of the 6. I like Connor. I like what you guys do on that show.
Connor does a great job hosting.
And I really like the Weekend Huddle. You and Brando, a lot of football.
And Christian Skelton. Don't forget about Christian Skelton does a really good job behind the board, man.
He's Red Skelton to me. I know you don't like that nickname.
I call him Red.
And I don't care, but he's Red Skelton.
Yeah.
Famous comedian. But I like the show you guys do on the weekends.
Well, thank you. Much appreciated.
9 to 11?
Yes, sir. 9 to 11.
And then, so next week you'll have a lot of college football for that show on the weekends. I mean, I just love I'm telling you, man. You say, hey, I'm talking about college football. It'll stop me in my tracks, and I'll talk to you for hours.
Thank you. Kind of like today, Tennessee, Alabama, kind of stopped you in your tracks.
Yeah, some people listen to the show, text me, like, that's the best thing ever. Tennessee and Alabama were in their home jerseys.
Also, Lenore Sellers is wrapping up his internship with this Party Golf Club.
I saw that.
Yeah.
He doesn't go to class.
Yeah.
Fine. I don't care what you do.
He's cutting grass. He's learning a trait that he'll know forever.
Right. There's nothing wrong with
if
that.
football doesn't work out, look, grass cutting company.
I told you in the mid-'80s, Vanderbilt football players made money by cutting the grass at Dudley Field.
Yeah.
You know why?
Why is that?
Was crazy? Turf field. the turf field at Vandy in the mid-'80s.
That's great.
Yeah, right? That's how you get past all that stuff. All right, enough about us. Let's bring it on. Brando, you ready? Hit it, buddy.
He's ready. All right, first on the list we have Black Cow Root Beer Float Day. So there's that. International Bow Day. Like the bow tie, There
okay.
you go. Not bow and arrow. International Talk Like Jar Jar Binks Day is today.
That's so stupid.
National Medical. Oh boy.
Yes.
Let's see.
Come on. National Medical.
Dosimetrist. Golly, I'm butchering it, aren't I?
Dosimetrist?
I think so, yeah.
Is that like Dos Equis with a little extra flavor?
Medical flavor, maybe.
Okay, we'll just skip on that.
Yeah,
I'm waiting to hear one certain day that I think is today. But
National Hot and Spicy Food Day. Is that the one?
That's it. That's it for Charo. Today's National Hot and Spicy Day. Are you? Yes. I knew it was coming up, but I didn't know when.
It was right there.
Oh, that's so fantastic.
Good Lord. National Aviation Day, National Potato Day,
Nice.
National Sandcastle and Sculpture Day, National Soft Ice Cream Day. Shout out to Sonda for this ice cream.
Yeah,
cake.
right.
There you go.
Half of it's gone. You're welcome.
Thank you. World Humanitarian Day, World Photo Day, and International Orangutan Day.
Nice. I'd
to
love to have an orangutan.
I've heard they're aggressive.
No, not mine would. Mine be friendly. You ever seen the movie Every Which Way But Loose, Clint Eastwood?
No.
He's got an orangutan named Clyde.
Oh.
It's one of the greatest movies ever. I'm telling you. It is such a late 70s, early 80s movie. And then Clint Eastwood owns Clyde, man. It's so awesome. We love Clyde.
We love them.
All right, time for celebrity birthdays. Get these within 2 of their year. Brando is our standby celebrity birthday guy. And I told Brando, and he knows this, being part of celebrity birthdays is not a right. It's a privilege. All right, Brando, you go first. How old is former Minnesota Twins baseball player Gary Gaetti?
58.
63.
68. That's great. How old is former NBA player Ricky Pierce?
52.
73.
67. Brando, how old is NFL Hall of Famer Morton Anderson, kicker?
Ooh, Morton Anderson, 55.
58.
66. Brando, how old is, not Brando, Dr. Crane, how old is Ron Darling, former New York Mets pitcher?
Oh, Ron Darling is 66.
61.
66, exactly. Brando. Dr. Crane, I'm sorry. Usually back there and you're over there. Brando, how old is, Kirk Herbstreit?
Kirk Herbstreit, 48.
Really? He was at the PBR Friday night, by the way.
Was he?
He
bring his dog?
No, he got
start
booed.
crying?
He got booed.
Did he get booed?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
How old is Herbstreit?
Herbstreit is 53.
57. Dr. Crane, how old is Mary Jo Fernandez, tennis player? Awesome tennis player.
60.
68.
56. Brando, how old is J.J. Hardy?
J.J. Hardy, 49.
46.
44. So it's 3-0. Well, by the way, Matt Saggio, one of our account execs, gave me a pen and it's run out of ink. So
Come
Matt,
on, Matt.
by the way, he's got the cutest little boy of all time.
Yeah,
His little boy, Bill Saggio.
Got 2 kids, man. He's great.
His little boy's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. So now, Dr. Crane, how old is the guy from Trevecca, Stipe Miocic?
Stipe Miocic.
Miocic.
MMA fighter. Stipe is 36.
I'm going to say 38.
44. Come on, Brando. Brando, how old is Kirk Cousins today?
Kirk Cousins, 37.
38.
38 exactly. 5-0. Dr. Crane. 2 left. Dr. Crane, how old is John Stamos?
61.
62.
63. Brando's on the board. It's 5-1. And our final birthday, one of the best country singers of all time, lives down in Franklin. Miss Leanne Womack. Brando, how old is Leanne Womack?
74.
70 on the dot.
She's 60. You guys need to get with the program.
Sorry, Leanne.
That's all right. Sir, happy birthday, Leanne Womack. We appreciate you very much. What did we learn today, Dr. Crane?
Well, we always know not to give away our pie for free. But no, just how
daily. Never give away your pie for free.
How important high school football is, to be fair.
Yeah. Right?
Always play more than one sport. We learned that.
Yep.
And if the Titans go 14-3, there's going to be 14 meteors that hit the planet.
Right. And you believe quarterbacks should be violent, and I don't.
I believe
it's okay. Healthy.
Okay.
We'll ask Derek Mace about that one day. Okay. He'll have the perfect answer for us.
Well, that's pretty spot on. I just want to say thank you, as always. Chase McCabe, thank you as always on these Wednesdays. And thank you to the fans and listeners of our station, because without you guys, this doesn't happen. And thank you for all the birthday wishes. So thank you very, very much.
Happy birthday, buddy. We love you, man. Appreciate all you do for us. You're the engine that gets us going every day. So we really appreciate you with that. DVD's coming next. Our message every day to the guys out there. Listen, we love you guys so much. I just got to ask you to go to therapy. Therapy changed my life. Opening up, talking to people changed my life. Realized how much I know God loves me and everything. Look, I need you here for your family. I need you here to walk your daughter down the aisle. I need you here to hold your grandbaby. I need everything about you to be here. Our world is a better place when we get strong, beautiful, wonderful men. I get, if you need to talk, unitycares.com, unitycares.com. Reach out. Please talk. Talk to me anytime. I talk to guys all the time about getting to therapy. And that is my mission on earth now, and I love it. And we love you, and know more importantly, more than anything else in this world, how much God truly loves you. DVD's next.